Hey there, everyone. Before we get started, just letting you know, Containment Media is still doing their Indiegogo for their latest Halo project. Their fan film is looking to be fantastic. For those who are watching the video version of this episode today, you'll see some screenshots that have been happening from behind the scenes. It's looking to be really impressive, so if you want to get yourself some fancy little goodies from the set, or if you just want to see your name on the credits and know that you're helping to support a really impressive, professionally made Halo fan film that we're backing up, we're supporting it financially as well, then go over to Indiegogo and give them a little bit of support. Thank you so much.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore. And today it's going to be me and Shane.
Yeah, I'm here. I've watched the cutscenes. I played the demo.
They have not played the certain Halo game we are talking about today.
They don't know us.
They don't get us.
They don't get it, dude.
They don't understand.
I don't think they quite get it.
Like James, I've enjoyed the cutscenes as well. They're epic.
Losers.
Obviously, today we're talking about Halo Wars.
Obviously.
Yes.
Because how else would you guys know that? Obviously, that's what we're talking about.
It's definitely not in the title.
No.
The second one?
Yeah, the second one. We already talked about the first one.
The third one.
When?
You weren't here for that episode. Sorry, man.
What?
Yeah, we recorded a secret episode on Tuesday instead of Monday like we normally do. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Wait a minute.
Which, by the way, to our reviews from last week. Sorry that we didn't get to all of them last week. We recorded on a Sunday evening rather than a Monday evening, and it's a rarity for that to happen. So apologies for that. But, it's not going to happen this time. This time we're going to do it right, and we have P.O. Box stuff and everything that we got to go through.
I can't wait.
I know. How's that McDouble treating you, by the way? Is it gone?
Delicious and gone.
Just crumbling paper. Probably pretty damn good. I'm also back, by the way. I missed you guys.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Shane.
Yes,
I forgot you were gone.
I'm back from the dead. I had family stuff to do.
I had to hit him with the and then he's back.
And then
I pulled him out of the wall, guys. I got him.
The wall.
I killed him.
Wow.
Even
the cat's like, wow. James has the cat in his lap right now.
Gorgeous.
Special guest, the cat.
Yes, her name is Chummy.
Chummy has been a guest star on a couple episodes of 237, but I think this is her first library appearance.
Yeah, she's very talkative. So, and by that I mean she doesn't say a damn word ever.
It's funny because usually she'll never come down here. But whenever we're recording 237, she'll sometimes just come down here and scream at us for a second and then leave.
And now I guess she's doing it down here too because she was in Shane's seat when we came down.
I was replaced. I missed one episode and I get replaced by a fucking cat.
Yeah, she was funnier than you. I'm sorry.
That's tough.
Yeah, this. We missed you, Shane. We missed you.
Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars 2. So there's quite a bit to talk about when it comes to Halo Wars 2 with lore, thankfully, because Halo Wars 1 doesn't really have a whole lot to chat about, but Halo Wars 2 is quite literally the setup for Halo Infinite, which was a choice. Because there's a little bit of a problem right off the bat, I think. You have the Banished that are set up with Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2's numbers versus Halo 5's, 4's, 3, 2, 1, Reach, ODST, those numbers. Halo Wars 2 is lucky that they hit millions. They didn't hit millions, though. RTS games, even if it's Halo, did not hit.
It's an entirely I feel like here's the thing. Like, I don't play like any RTSs. The only RTSs I've ever played is literally the Halo Wars games. And it's just because it's Halo and it contributed to the lore of Halo.
Yep.
So that's like the only reason. Like, I don't really mind like it being the setup for Halo. Well, not even the setup, just taking the main enemy or the main, I guess, bad guy from Halo Wars 2 and making it part of the mainline story for Halo. I don't mind it, but it's definitely not something I anticipated.
Yeah, because straight up, Halo Infinite requires basically for you to at least watch the cutscenes for Halo Wars 2 for you to understand what's going
Have
on.
a general idea of what's happening.
Can you imagine what would happen? I want to actually know. Someone in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, then join. Someone in the Discord, though, if you have played Halo Infinite and not played Halo Wars 2, and you played Halo 5, how jarring was that jump? You go from the ending of Halo 5, where it's like, took you long enough. And the setup is obviously like Chief and Halsey and Arbiter and Locke. They're all going to work together. Palmer is setting up something with Lasky. And then Halo Infinite starts and everything is getting destroyed. Everyone is gone. Atriox is a character all of a sudden. And all these new brutes. What's the Banished? I don't know what anything is right now. What's going on? It's a kind of a leap. And I'm not entirely sure why they would do that, because there was still a lot of story to go after Halo 5. I was kind of hoping for the next Halo game to be like sort of like the epic finale that Halo 3 was, where it was like, and to be clear, I'm not meaning this in the way of a lot of people online getting this conversation. Y'all just wanted Halo 3 2.0. No, I just want a Halo that's as good as Halo 3. It's not that hard. You get a climax like Halo 3. It's epic. You got maybe Chief and Arbiter going on a little bit of a journey together. You got Cortana fighting with her army against UNSC, Swords and Helios. All these different factions would have been super sick. Nah, play Halo Wars 2. You might figure out what's going on.
Might. But like at the end of the day, you can watch the cutscenes. I would, if you're not an RTS guy, like I'm really, really not. I would at least say, like, if you haven't played it and you've watched the cutscenes, I'd say give it a chance, because playing it on co-op is really, really fun. Like, it's not an overly difficult game. If you pay attention to the story is good. You can have a good time with it.
Yeah, it's just you have to expect that people have either played the games or watched the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the player count and based on the cutscene viewer count, there's not enough players that have done that. They just jump straight to Halo. There's probably a good amount of people who don't like Halo Infinite, who don't like it because it makes no sense to them. And that's completely understandable. Because Halo Wars 2, it's a great game. It's a great story. It's actually probably one of my favorite stories in all of Halo. Cutter's opening speech right before they, jump down to the Ark and really start this whole conflict is still my favorite speech in the entirety of the franchise now. It's ridiculously good. But that being said, it's putting it into an RTS game is automatically putting it into a position where people are not going to pay attention.
I don't want to say like it's set up to fail. I just like even one of my first times playing through the game, I remember thinking to myself like this would be like so much cooler if this was just like an actual like first person shooter Halo game and use the same story, same events, but made it a first person shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having so much trouble concentrating with it.
The cat is participating.
The cat's just kind of vibing,
giving her thoughts and takes on this.
Just looking around.
Yeah,
you can speak into the mic whenever you feel like it. Let's see if you can hear that purr.
Maybe we can. Wait,
I can't.
I thought I did for a second there.
I heard it. Oh,
It's coming through.
She's rubbing her face on the mic.
Yes, that is her thoughts on Halo Wars 2. Good game. Good game.
My turn.
Connor, no.
Headbutts the mic.
She's soft and fluffy. You're not.
On her head.
She's putting
She's putting it there.
She likes having she likes having physical contact with things. I don't know. It's just the way that she rocks,
Good kitty.
She usually hangs out in my office. She'll just kind of I have 3 sleeping positions that she has now in the office. I have one on my shelf. She likes to sleep on the shelf. I have a pillow underneath my PC now that she likes to sleep on. And then I have that one chair that everyone thinks is super comfortable that you can sit cross-legged on. It's so wide. That one. She loves that one, and she'll just stare at me from underneath my monitor. It's really cute. She's great. I love her. I have to babysit her because wife is off in a different state at the moment, visiting family. So I have to take care of this one and make sure she doesn't die while she's gone.
Oh.
You wouldn't do such a thing. You wouldn't die.
Nah, and especially since
You wouldn't die.
She as morbid as it is, she quite literally will.
yeah, that's
Immortal kid.
That's why.
Immortal
Honestly, that is a theory because she acts like both an old lady's cat, like her previous owner must have been an old lady, but also the old lady herself. So we have a theory going that she's a reincarnated old woman.
We have gotten so far off topic.
Is this beyond the norm?
No, but this just took such a wild turn. I was expressing my opinion on Halo Wars 2 being an RTS rather than a first-person shooter, and it just completely went sideways because the cat looked at me.
Now, that's the thing, though. I actually do want to ask, because we've talked before about Halo going and trying different things. I don't think it's necessarily bad that it went for an RTS.
No.
But they made, I think the bad call came from, let's tell the next chapter of the story with this RTS. Because Halo Wars was not telling another chapter of the story. Halo Wars was its own condensed story.
Right.
It was just telling its own story. But Halo Wars 2 is quite literally required reading, basically, to understand the assignment for the next
worst
game.
part is you didn't know that until the next game started being teased.
Yeah, and so anyone who skipped it, because they're like, well, I don't play RTS games.
Right. I mean, I really, really like the Banished as an enemy, though. So, I mean, I don't dislike it by any means.
Well, that's the thing. The Banished are fantastic. But imagine you never played Halo Wars 2. Imagine you never learned about it.
Right.
Imagine you jump into Halo Infinite and there's just the Banished.
Bare minimum, I probably would have watched the cut. I mean, there's got to be people out there that have
tons.
Yeah,
because you got to think.
There's got to be a ton.
You got to think that, people like us, people who are diehard fans to the point that we want to interact with media, make our own content, do all of this stuff. We're actually a major minority. The people listening to this show are part of that major minority. The vast majority of most gamers, not just Halo fans, but most gamers, are people who don't have time to get involved in these communities. They don't have time or the attention or the availability. They don't have social media. They don't have Discord. They don't have any of these things. They just play the game when they can. There's probably a vast majority of players who are more than likely just middle-aged folks, maybe like 30s, 40s, that are just playing the game when they're not trying to take care of their family and late at night or something with their buddies. Like, the player count combined with the social media interaction, it doesn't add up ever. And so you would have to think that there's definitely players out there who just wait for the latest Halo to drop. They see Halo Wars and they're like, oh, I didn't play that when I was a kid. I'm not playing it now. And they don't watch the cutscenes because they might be some of those people that don't use streaming services, including YouTube. It's like it doesn't take into account every kind of person. That's the problem that the decision makes. Is that it doesn't take into account every person. And that's something that you typically need to do when you're making what is essentially a multimedia experience when it comes to the Halo franchise. You have to make sure that if you do that, you have to make sure that every person is capable of hopping into any piece of media that they want, and you're still going to be able to at least understand where you are in the story. If you jump into Halo Wars, or Halo Infinite, I should say, with no previous context for anything, like you didn't read the book, you didn't play Halo Wars 2. You didn't listen to Halo Infinite Memory Agent. You didn't do any of that. You just went and jumped into Halo Infinite. You'll know nothing. There's nothing about Halo Infinite that's set up by itself for itself. It's just the infinity is down for some reason. I want to talk about Halo Wars 2, I promise. It's just
I mean, we kind of are.
That's part of the major discussion about it. Is that it's in a weird position in the franchise. It's a great game with some interesting mechanics, but it's trying to do something that it shouldn't be doing. It's really a weird decision, actually. But in terms of Halo Wars 2 by itself, if you did play it, you know how good it is. You know how good the story is. If you watch the cutscenes, you know how good it is. You know how good the story is. Because setting up Atriox, the setup is beautiful. Like, Connor, you said you watched the cutscenes, right?
Yeah, they're amazing.
So then you love Atriox because of the fact that they just bodied a bunch of elites.
Yes. Yes, totally.
Because he starts that uprising, battle after battle. He kept on coming back. These missions that are supposed to kill every brute on the battlefield, and he's the only one that would come back 40 at a time. He's the only one that would come back every time.
Who else?
And, Escharum was in there somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, the mentor, the guy who mentored Atriox.
They had
never mentioned in Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was like an afterthought. Like it's hard to hold that against them. You got to have some type of new character.
The thing is, you'd have to do a new character if you want to do that. Yeah, it's just you don't do a Destiny 2 because it's just Destiny 2. Also, more importantly, it was already set up that Atriox was a free spirit that just kind of did that. The fact that they made it happen post-mortem, basically, like after Halo Wars 2 is over. Oh, Atriox had a mentor this entire time, by the way. All this stuff was actually not like his own idea. Like, he was the visionary, but like he didn't do any of this by himself. He had like a mentor. Granted, like you didn't see him in any of the comics and Halo Wars 2 and any of the other attached media, but there is like one scene in Shadows of Reach where Escharum shows up. Now, don't mind that Shadows of Reach dropped just a little bit before Halo Infinite dropped, so it's just setting him up barely before the game's out. No, Atriox actually had a mentor this entire time. Much like many other things in Halo Infinite, not very well thought out. But Atriox, what a guy. I love him because he's actually a fantastic character. But then again, I think I'm biased, and more than likely James is as well, towards characters that get disenfranchised by the Covenant's beliefs and then act on that disenfranchisement.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
But who?
James, are you okay?
I think he's connecting with the cat in a
Are you
spiritual
like
way.
tired?
Oh, yeah, I'm very tired.
I can tell. I can tell.
That Red Bull did not do anything.
Oh no. Well, thank you for the one that you gave me because it did help me lock in a little bit.
You're welcome.
Let's log in.
Yeah. So that margarita made me sleepy.
Yep. You don't. Yeah.
I
That'll
went to a
do it.
Mexican restaurant and this man tried to kill me with his overpour.
I mean,
I finished half the margarita.
here's the thing: if it was a Friday night and you didn't have anywhere to be,
Oh, it'd be great. But I had somewhere to be in 30 minutes.
Man was probably just like 1, 2, 3.
it's a lot of
4.
sugar too. So I'm surprised like the sugar hasn't like hit you.
No, it just crashes you.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it wasn't. You said you went there like right before here, right?
Yeah.
You don't crash that fast from sugar and
From
margaritas
alcohol,
are.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the sugar though.
I don't think
There's
the
a
sugar
shit
would.
ton-
I don't think it would do enough
Sugar
against the
rush is
alcohol.
a myth. It doesn't exist.
It's all caffeine.
Well, excuse my ignorance, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just like that. It's just like that.
All right, Austin, continue.
Yeah, sure.
Atriox.
What a character.
What a guy!
I actually do.
Who the voice actor in Halo Infinite is different,
Yeah.
right? Who's the voice actor in Halo Infinite?
Hold on. I just know that it's not him. I know that in the Halo Infinite, the guy who voiced the brutes in Halo 3, just the, that guy,
the basic, the
basic
Yeah.
normal brute is
that him?
Atriox.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a good job.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, you know how to do a brute, right?
I didn't notice.
That's the thing. He's so good.
If you go back and watch the cutscene, I've done this a few times because I was just kind of bored one day and doing a little bit of digging. There is a very, very distinct difference, but so much time has passed, and I haven't played Halo Wars 2 in God knows how long. You can notice a difference if you go watch the blur cutscenes for Halo Wars 2, and then go to Halo Infinite and go to Atriox's lines of dialogue. You can tell there's a difference, but he does a great job. He
Wait,
does
what?
What?
The guy who plays Atriox in Halo Infinite was also Locke in Halo 5.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
I forgot that Locke, the actor who was supposed to play Locke, they didn't use his actual voice.
Yeah, I
Decided just
knew
to
that.
use his Mike Coulter, the guy who played him.
Because in my brain, I was
mocap.
thinking.
Whoa.
In my brain, I was thinking, oh, it's the same character. He voices another character in Halo.
Hi,
I'm like,
kitty.
it's not. I was thinking the R, but I'm like, no, it's not Keith David.
Yeah.
But
no.
I'm like, it's Locke. That makes so much sense.
Also,
now.
this makes so much sense. I forgot. Yeah, John DiMaggio, the guy who plays Marcus in Gears of War. That's Atriox in Halo Wars 2.
Yes.
Yeah. I did not
Isn't
know.
he also Mr. Krabs?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Who did
How do you know?
Mr.
Because
Krabs?
I know that's not him. Here, hold on.
I swear the Mr. Krabs guy voiced somebody.
I mean, yeah, he has, but he's not Atriox. Also, his name is Clancy Brown.
Oh, hi, cat.
Yeah, Clancy Brown is Eugene Krabs.
Wait, hold
Yes.
on. Is Esheram Jake from Adventure Time?
No. Esheram is some other guy.
James, are you okay?
Isn't that a DiMaggio?
It's Darren DePaul.
What?
He's
James
just.
is losing his freaking marbles.
Where are you getting this info? Because I knew that. I didn't know the guy's name, but I've seen the behind the scenes enough that it wasn't Jake because I love the voice actor for Jake.
Who else was? I swear. Wait, who's DiMaggio?
DiMaggio was Atriox and also the Halo 3 brutes.
Oh
You all right, buddy?
no, I EP.
I would help, but
You went like 3 strikes, you're out there. Wait, doesn't he voice this one? No. Show
I
me.
swear to
How do
God.
you know?
Mr.
Austin
Krabs
pulls up-
voiced a Halo character. I
I'm
swear
sure
to
he did.
God.
I'm sure he did. Hold on.
It doesn't sound wrong.
Let's check out his IMDb.
It doesn't sound wrong.
Let's check. Okay, it looks like maybe he was in Halo Infinite. Maybe. Hello, Cortana, if you will. Let's see. No, we're looking for Clancy Brown. He's not here. Okay, let's just Clancy Brown IMDb. Okay, Clancy Brown. That's Mr. Krabs. The Patrick Star Show, Invincible. What If?
Who was he on Invincible?
Or maybe I'm thinking that about him
he's
being
General
Reinhardt
Craig.
in Overwatch.
Okay, that's a cool
He
character.
was in Ahsoka as well.
Yes, he's in everything because his voice goes all over the place in many different directions. He was in DuckTales. Woo!
Woo!
Man, that thing is so just addictive to the brain cells, that intro.
Woo!
It's stuck. And once it's there, it's not leaving for a couple days.
All you see.
I'm going to be stuck scrolling for so long until I find something, I
Why
swear.
don't you just type in Clancy Brown Halo?
That's a good point. Clancy, oh gosh, it's doing this stupid little glitch. Clancy Brown Halo. Da. Am I the only one who want to hear Clancy Brown in a Halo? Yeah, I don't think that he's ever been in one. There is a conversation on Facebook about people wishing that Esheram's actor was Clancy Brown.
I think it's just because he sounds so much like Reinhardt from Overwatch, and that's Clancy Brown.
Oh man, yep. I do like Clancy. I do love him a lot. He's a fantastic voice actor. Hi, Kitty.
It made a noise. The TV is slippery.
The cat just tried to jump on one of a spare TV down here, and she
Did not go well.
it did not
Did
go
not
well.
go well.
Shout out to Nuke's Top 5 on YouTube.
Gosh. We like to have fun here on the show.
Oh, poor kitty.
Cat.
Cat.
Emotion. Hi.
Me after playing Halo Reach.
Welcome back, Kitty. She's hit us with the arrow, her iconic arrow. She does not fully meow. She doesn't know how.
Kitty embarrassed.
She only does the second half of the meow.
Is Kitty a little embarrassed?
She's fine. She's going after the guy that could die if he's not on his
As he
meds.
scratches her back.
How can you resist that face?
I'm just saying.
It's so hard to just not want to pet them.
She's so photogenic. I understand entirely. She's got those beautiful blue eyes.
But Connor, you're allergic. I don't
Bye,
care.
Kitty.
Hope you find
Have
your
a fun
dad.
day, chum.
I know it's a lot of stairs.
She's figuring it out. She's got to do this on her own.
Like, I hurt.
You can do it.
She's like, I hurt my fucking back.
Every time Connor says he hates cats, I show them this video.
She's almost there. Oh, with
show them-
Thomas on his lap. So, all right. So, plot of Halo Wars 2. Just to kind of get into that for a second.
Yeah, Halo Wars.
Just to briefly, it's not even that hard to cover. I'm not going to lie. It's a great story, but it doesn't take overly long to summarize.
I mean, the cutscenes are like 25 minutes long.
Yeah, and most of it is in gameplay, really. So the deal with Halo Wars 2, basically, Halo Wars 1 ends with the Spirit of Fire being lost with all hands, rip, and
You're supposed to be lost with all hands.
yeah, and so 30 years later, they are suddenly above the arc because of a slipspace rupture that pulled them there.
This is the arc.
We still don't know what pulled them there. Just make that clear. We have no idea what pulled them there still.
Plot device.
So they're pulled there.
Because the writers wanted them to be there.
Yes, we call this a McMuffin.
Did you realize it's not a MacGuffin as you were starting to say it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But so basically what ends up happening is this ship, the Spirit of Fire, is pulled to the Ark. It just so happens that the Banished is already there, and they've already cleared out all the UNSC presence on the Ark because the Ark was being researched for a bit. If you want to know what they were researching, you should have gone to Halo Outpost Discovery. They basically talked all about it for the entire event. In the Spirit of Fire, they have to secure this Ark because it's important, and they understand that, hey, this war is still going on, kind of, but now it's with a new enemy. So throughout the entire fight, we have a lot of fun little moments where Captain Cutter, Captain of Spirit of the Fire, leader of Red Team, Jerome, and his fellow Spartans, new AI character, Isabel, which I still think Jerome and Isabel are absolutely in the top billing for the next pairing for the Halo franchise. These characters all go on these wild missions to secure the Ark, stop the Banished from taking control, and essentially eventually find a way off the Ark so that they can get back home and radio that, hey, we're alive, we're ready to go home. That doesn't happen. At the end of the game, spoiler alert, the game's been out for a very long time, almost 10 years, so please just...
It's on you at that point.
Yeah. Basically, Professor Anders, one of the best characters on the ship, she figures out a plan where there's a Halo ring that is always ready to go on standby in the Ark. It always builds a backup, which, by the way, completely screws over the ending of Halo 3.
It sure does. Never even thought about that.
It sure does.
Definitely does.
Because here's the thing. If that is true, then why wasn't there a Halo ring ready to go when Chief blew up Installation 04?
Yep.
Why wasn't there one ready to go? Why was it building a new one?
Yeah.
It should have been ready.
Maybe it was out of range. I don't know.
It should have been ready.
Maybe it had to get launched.
No,
Manually.
The ring was under construction. It wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
It will be ready to fire in just a few more days.
We don't have a few more days.
Okay.
Well, maybe the activation severely fucked up the Ark systems, and it took.
Say that again.
Well, maybe, just maybe, the activation in Halo 3 severely messed up the Ark's systems.
We are trying so hard to fill a plot hole.
Well, the thing is that
it took the Sentinels maybe a lot longer to fix it.
But that's the thing. No Halo ring had been destroyed for 100,000 years.
Yeah.
It had 100,000 years to build a Halo. It should have been already in there.
I thought it was getting.
James.
No, it always has. According to Isabel, it
James
always
is
has.
lagging.
According to Anders, it always has a reserve ring that it will deploy whenever a ring gets destroyed. But in Halo 3, they have to build a new one. But it should have been there.
And that's how babies grow?
Because Halo Wars 2 pulls up, and there's just a ring sitting there, which means that despite the Ark being damaged, it can still make rings. But this ring is there. It was built in the process of under 10 years. Because Halo 3, 2552. Halo Wars 2, 2559 or 60. So less than 10 years, it built a new ring. So over the course of 100,000 years between the Halo rings being built, the original rings being destroyed and then rebuilt, and then all this time to Halo 3, it didn't build a new ring until Installation 04 was destroyed. And even then, it was still taking months to build. And we just so happened to pull up when there was only a couple more days until it's done.
I think you could just call it clunky writing.
I do. And it's one of the things that I don't enjoy talking about too much because the topic of Halo 3, not Halo 3, 343 retcons is a touchy subject. Because and once you get into that topic, you get into a lot of the humans were originally Forerunner, all of that stuff, even though.
I wouldn't even call it a 343 retcon. I'd call it a 343 a whoopsie daisy.
It's just.
In the writing department.
It's a tough whoopsie, especially given that. Just. All I'm asking for is people to work on Halo, that know it. That's all I'm asking for.
That's hard.
It wouldn't have even been that hard to just say, there's been a new ring ready to go for the last couple of years instead of it always has a reserve ring. Because just by changing that wording, you fix it. But by saying that it always has a reserve ring, you've automatically screwed over the whole climax of Halo 3.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
In just a few more days.
In just a few more days. I want to get Tim on this show. You want to get Tim on this show?
Yeah.
He's thrilled about the idea.
We're not very locked in today.
I am, thanks to James.
I got him a Red Bull.
Yeah.
James is not locked in, however.
My Red Bull I got for myself didn't work. I need stronger stuff these days.
Yeah.
James needs to inject literal caffeine into his bloodstream.
At this point.
Relatable.
So after they release the ring, Anders is stuck on there. They can't get anybody else on. And Anders is like, I'll get a message out, I promise. And then there's a guardian that pulls her out of slip space before she can get back into UNSC range. And then it ends. And that's it.
And then it ends.
Which is another annoying thing because it shows that Halo Wars 2 was supposed to connect to the modern story,
Yeah.
not be the new direction of the modern story, because the Guardian showing up, now it's like, well, what happened? We'll never know because the Guardians are presumably all deactivated.
That's my thing. Halo Wars 2 is a great game, great story. But the Halo ring situation is just one of many strange, they just didn't think about it or explain it moments. Like, what pulled them out of slip space? Why was there a Guardian? What happened to Anders? Like, there's questions being asked, and I swear if they're answered in a freaking Waypoint Chronicle, I'm going to lose it.
That
We love you, Mr. Wakeford.
is probably going to happen.
I actually talked to Wakeford, and he
Or
said,
in a book.
He said, hey, don't credit me for those anymore. I do them, but there's a whole other team that, like the rest of the franchise team, that also does these. I'm just the guy. And I'm
It's
like,
a guy.
okay, franchise team it is. But he's in the Discord now. So anyone who wants to join and talk to Mr. Alex Haraspis Wakeford, that would be discord.gg/JumperScape. We'd love to have you.
Join.
And if you're a car guy, I guess also join, because we just have a strangely large side group of car people.
We love them.
Including people who have worked on the tracks at NASCAR. It's just a random, like, connective tissue thing, I guess. But, you know, whatever. You guys are great. We love you. Even though some of you play the new Forza Motorsport, and I don't get it.
Got him.
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
New
no.
Ford Motorsport is great.
End the episode.
But
End
wait,
the
no,
episode. End the episode now.
no, you don't get it. Connor, even you said before the upgrade system was trash when it dropped.
Oh, wait, we're talking about Motorsport?
Motorsport, the new one.
Oh.
No, Horizon is fire.
Yeah, Horizon's good. Whatever they did in the new Motorsport game was a travesty to the upgrade system. What they had done there is just dumb. I can't, like, the fact that I can't pick any car and then just max it out without just having to spend 30 hours with one car, that's just dumb.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, rant over.
His rants are very tame and contained, but it's okay, Connor. Eventually, we'll have a new show for all of us that will allow you to do more of that. We're working on it. So anyway, Halo Wars 2 DLCs, though, go hard. Except for Operation Spearbreaker.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Exactly.
Say, obviously, no Awakening the Nightmare.
We all know Awakening the Nightmare.
Yeah.
Operation Spearbreaker was the first DLC before
I
Awakening.
don't even remember.
Operation Spearbreaker was a 3-mission campaign.
Halo Wars 2 had DLC.
Yes, really good DLC.
Awakening the Nightmare.
Huh.
I know.
Awakening the
I watched those
Nightmare.
cutscenes.
Yeah, Awakening the Nightmare added Kinsano, Colony, Yap Yap the Destroyer. Like, it added a lot of
It
heroes.
is
like leaders.
arguably the source of the rumors for the Flood coming back in Halo Infinite.
Is that even arguably?
No, it definitely is.
Halo Wars has been the source of the flood conversation since that comic dropped where there was a flood form, which then led to nothing because
So it's definitely not arguably.
Yeah, because in that comic it had the flood form where all just like they're back, but then that just turned into the next comic strip where Serena has to wake up Jerome while they're floating in space, and Jerome whips out the steel chair to fight the flood.
Well, there's all that, and then let's not forget about the flood pug.
Yeah, that was a good little bit that happened.
Everyone
there.
thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
people
it made so much.
People are going around like, this is the flood. This is definitely the flood. They're making T-shirts. People are that predatory.
Yeah, there were people making videos about the fact that I made a T-shirt on YouTube. They were like, "This guy made a shirt," and like Unisec retweeted it and said Gyoza merch. So I think that this means that there's flood in Halo Infinite. I love you, Sean, but you're a weird guy for that.
We had absolutely no inside source that was the case.
I was on college campus. I wanted to do something cool. I didn't have a company yet, but I did have 300 followers on Twitch. So I thought merch time, obviously. James, can you real quick hit me with a WWE and here comes Jerome with the steel chair? And here comes Jerome with the steel chair. Thank you.
I don't know.
No, that was good. That was good stuff. I wanted to help wake you up a little bit. Does it help to scream? No.
I feel damn near narcoleptic at the moment.
I think a good old drop kick to the chest will wake you up.
All right, stand up, both of you. Let's go for it. I want to watch this happen.
But the headphones are pretty limited.
Anyway. No! The yodeling pickle. Is that helping?
Did we ever find out who sent that?
Yeah, that was Kyle.
I figured.
Apparently those over there are also from Kyle. But so here's the deal, right? Operation Spearbreaker was a 3-mission campaign that was basically just a team of ODSTs, a really cool team of ODSTs. They're really eclectic, have a whole lot of different gadgets and gear that makes them super cool. And their missions were really fun. They were really entertaining. They had a lot of complexity that made them stand out from the original campaign. The problem is that it was only 3 missions long, added nothing else to the game, didn't even add a new leader or anything, and it was overall just a 2-hour experience. It was pretty dull, not gonna lie. And also it cost like $10.
I've got some cutscenes to watch.
But then we get Awakening the Nightmare. And Awakening the Nightmare
banger
came with its own cutscenes. It came with 2 new characters, Voridus and Pavium. It came with other leaders as well. It came with the Flood. It came with a new firefight mode that goes ridiculously hard. And it is ridiculously hard. I've played it so much with David because he and I play Halo Wars rather frequently, actually. And dude, I mean, we know a lot of the meta. We can consistently beat the AI on legendary difficulty all the time these days. But fighting the Flood on Firefight is so difficult. And also, I enjoyed saying that many words to start with F. It was very nice alliteration going on there. But it was a fantastic story. Also, the scene where Atriox just catches an infection form out of the air and crushes it in his hand. Bars.
I think we need to have a conversation on what bars means.
No.
Okay.
I know what they mean. I just, he didn't have to say a word.
Bros written.
Thanks, James. But that's I don't know. Awakening the Nightmare was great. It's a rather simple story. Again, it's basically just Voridus and Pavium are 2 hapless buddies. I think they're brothers. And Atriox is like, go secure High Charity. It's surrounded by the shield. Just don't try to get in there. And Pavium is like, okay, brother, we don't go into the High Charity. It's a bad idea. And Voridus is like, yeah, sure. They get there, and Voridus is like, okay, maybe just like one look. And so they cut open the super ridiculously strong hard light shield using a highly concentrated laser. They go in there. Surprise, surprise, it was a bad idea. Maybe you should listen to your actual God Emperor leader. and they end up awakening the Nightmare. That being the Flood.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which have some pretty sick mutations now. Like the Whiplash Flood that can whip out their arms and grab things.
I was always fascinated by the fact that grunts could get infected.
That was really cool.
In Halo Wars 2.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool. It kind of made me sad. And I'm like, you just look down yourself. You just look down, you see a bunch of grunts just get absolutely infected within a matter of minutes, and they start running after you. It's terrifying.
It puts a huge wrench into most conversations about what the flood can infect, though, unfortunately.
Right, didn't they make like a canon reason why like the grunts couldn't get infected?
Yeah, because
same thing with jackals.
They were saying that jackals and grunts were just too small. There wasn't enough biomass in there. Like there was enough biomass to add them to the biomass, but there wasn't enough to take over mentally. Like
and I guess turn them into
forms.
yeah.
Could you argue that was just to excuse the limitations of, or at least the balancing of the different flood forms?
You could, but the other thing is that it was specifically for combat forms. The carrier forms are grunts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were just little guys.
No.
Carrier forms are grunts?
Yeah.
Why are they so tall?
Because the bubble is tall. They're mostly legs. So we're grunts.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just how it is. And so with combat forms, it was just not something that really happened.
Jamie, pull that up.
And so that's just kind of how it went. And now it's thrown a wrench into the whole flood conversation. But honestly, by this point, it's easier just to say, because Epitaph kind of does this. It sets this up immediately. If you haven't read Epitaph, sorry, you're going to want to skip ahead probably like 5 minutes or something. But Epitaph does set up that the flood, it answers a lot of questions. It makes it so these conversations are easier to have. Basically, the flood can infect and do whatever they want. It's not a matter of, can they do this? Can't they do this? Is this something that they are known to do? Is this something that they are behaviorally capable of? No, they are capable of anything they want to do. They can infect anything. The whole conversation that we had before, a long time ago, if you remember, that ancient humanity was able to figure out how to quarantine the flood, and they were actually figuring out a way to beat them at their own game while fighting the Forerunners. Nope. Epitaph clarifies that no, that was not actually happening. The flood were 100% in control of the situation and just weren't infecting humans. They just weren't interested. They were playing their cards. They were playing the waiting game. And they did it in such a way that they were able to have humanity and the Forerunners wiped out in one go. They were just that smart. Because it's important to remember the flood are basically precursors. And it's even proven by the Gravemind. Yes, I am a precursor. Now, you could say that the Gravemind is also a liar and a cheat, so it could be that he's just saying that because he knows that he can get in the head of anyone he communicates with. But also in the same go, the Primordial, who is also known as a liar, but you have no reason to doubt him on this, is a precursor and thus controls the fate of what happens next. And so that much deeper conversation is linked to the whole, the flood can do whatever they want. Even if it doesn't happen in one game, if it happens in the other, that's just the flood switching their priorities. Because it's the flood. They can do whatever they want. But point being, they opened up High Charity. Stupid. And the flood go and infect a small portion of the Ark. The Banished actually did a really good job of containing the outbreak. And they were able to stop the creation of a Gravemind by taking out the Keymind that was built in less than a day, which is ridiculous to think about. What's even more fun to think about is how fast the flood would infect the entire planet. Kudos to Artas Vadum, the shipmaster, which, of course, without the Arbiter's Council, he would have glassed the entire planet. But by just nuking half of Africa, he did stop the flood from taking over, which
it was a sacrifice he was willing to make.
It is 100% proven by this point that based on the spread of how fast they spread through Africa, Earth would fall to the flood in less than 24 hours. Which is just nuts.
And all we had to do was lose Africa.
Yep. Oh, well.
Small price to pay.
Small price to pay. You know, New Phoenix, Cleveland, West Africa. I guess
No, Cleveland held out.
They did. No, you're right.
Go Cleveland.
Yeah.
Shut up.
New Phoenix was vapor.
I will once again say I'm not a fucking Bears fan.
You
know who you are.
New Phoenix got kind of screwed over twice. I just kind of like, because not only did they get attacked by the Didact, but then after that portal that opened up that we talked about last week with Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike, that just opened up in New Phoenix, and a bunch of Covenant and Prometheans started pouring back into New Phoenix.
I'm probably like, oh no, not
Yeah.
Like the
again.
Covenant just went over to New Phoenix and just like went,
Yeah, he kicked me. Yeah, because we were talking about this last week. There was this thing called the Conduit, and the Conduit, using the right power, could actually create any slip space portal that it wanted to transport itself or others. And so they opened a slip space portal to New Phoenix after the Didact had already been there and already glassed it, basically. And so anyone who decided that it was still worth it to live there was like, man, I can't believe that this horrible tragedy has happened. And then like the next week, all of a sudden a portal opens in the middle of your city and there's an army pouring out of it, killing your friends again. It's just ridiculous. But Awakening the Nightmare ends with that. They end up containing the threat, and Banished are back at it fighting against the humans. The humans are not a factor in this fight whatsoever. They just are fighting, I guess, somewhere else. So they're not a huge deal. And people were kind of hoping that there was going to be more DLC after that, a continuing story, because it kind of looked like they were setting that up with the ending of the original game, like the original baseline Halo Wars 2. But the strangest thing happened where Halo Wars 2 had its service cut after like 2 or 3 years. So no new updates, no updates for bringing it to Steam, no updates to making it so Halo Wars 2 is updated for Series X. It's still running in backwards compatibility mode with Xbox One. It's busted. It's a really broken experience, and I don't quite understand why they abandoned it, because it's actually a really good game. Am I talking to no one at the moment? Everyone is on their phone.
I'm listening.
I was also listening.
I was listening.
I know, it's hard to tell that you guys are when all I'm... This is completely deadpan. I know it's not fun to talk to hear me talk all the time.
You're putting us to sleep.
Fine, I'll just you want me to send us to the Thursday episode already?
Bye.
No.
No, it's not terminals. It's not how it works. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Next week we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite finally. Which I'm sure
It is my birthday.
It is it's gonna be his birthday.
Birthday boy.
Yay!
It's my birthday. We talk about Halo Infinite on my birthday. Well, not actually. We talk about it the day before my birthday, but it comes out on my birthday.
So if you want to enjoy that conversation, that'll be next week for Halo Infinite. If you want to join the community, that's discord.gg/JumperScape. Lots of conversations happening there all the time. Game nights happening pretty much every Saturday, whether or not we want them to, and all sorts of other conversations relating to all sorts of different franchises and such. We would love to have you join us. And if you want to support us directly, patreon.com/JumperScape. You can get yourself some pretty sweet little goodies and some other benefits that we love to offer to those who would like to support us. You guys have carried us through the entirety of the last year, and so it's really, really kind of you to support us in that way. If you want to greenlight shows, that would be ko-fi.com/JumperScape. That whole thing is still popping off the way that it usually is, and it's really always a nice thing for you guys to donate to help us make more things possible. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and you guys want to say the thing? We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys on Thursday.
Goodbye.
I'm going to Thursday.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.
Hey there, everyone. Before we get started, just letting you know, Containment Media is still doing their Indiegogo for their latest Halo project. Their fan film is looking to be fantastic. For those who are watching the video version of this episode today, you'll see some screenshots that have been happening from behind the scenes. It's looking to be really impressive, so if you want to get yourself some fancy little goodies from the set, or if you just want to see your name on the credits and know that you're helping to support a really impressive, professionally made Halo fan film that we're backing up, we're supporting it financially as well, then go over to Indiegogo and give them a little bit of support. Thank you so much.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore on Tuesdays. Yay. But now it's Thursday. You guys excited for the event that's dropping tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Tomorrow as in like Tuesday, but not like, you know, you get it?
Tuesday.
What is it? Tenrai Part 4? the fourth one? I don't remember.
One.
It's just, hey, we have some more stuff on the backlog. What should we do? How about we just release these things that we already had ready? Because we don't have any artists left on this.
This game might be cooked.
No, it's not even a might, dude.
They're just taking all the stuff they had. It's fine if they want to just keep dropping stuff here and there to keep us held over until we get another Halo game. Then sure, I'm really hoping we get something on the next Halo title on the 9th. I don't think we will, but I'm kind of just praying.
You know, as of this episode coming out, the showcase does happen in 3 days. You think we're going to see Halo?
My heart is saying yes, but my brain is telling me definitely not.
How much you want to bet? All right, you know what? Betting you a frappe on this one.
Okay.
Betting you a frappe.
That we'll see it?
No, not that. We'll see it. It's just a promo for playing Halo Infinite. Just saying how much content there is in it now. It's a good game now, sort of thing.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm not making that bet because you're probably right. No, it's probably what really that trailer that dropped a few weeks back.
That's just, look, the game is done.
It looked like a trailer that should have been dropped a week before the game. I'm like, you didn't show off anything new. Like you just showed off the game. Like, hey, it's finally fucking finished. 3 years later, I'm like, I expected something cool to be in it.
My least favorite thing on social media was people being like, why is everyone freaking out about this? This is the most content that any Halo game has ever had ever. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you don't need to be that wrong so easily. Because, yeah, I guess the Forge is bigger. Halo 4 had a Forge right on launch. Halo 5 was late, got Forge faster. At least Halo 5 dropped with infection.
We still don't have Griffball.
We don't have Griffball. Like
official Griffball.
Halo Infinite, you can't argue that. Like, yeah, sure, it has a lot of content. But if
We got Call of Duty Zombies in matchmaking before Griffball.
yeah, and it's not even staying. It's not staying.
No, but you can still go on the custom game browser and find it.
Sure, you can go to the custom game browser and do whatever you want. It's not the game.
Right. But that was my next point. It's just I'm tired of them relying so much on the community for stuff like that.
And the people online would argue with you saying, would you rather there's no content at all? And to that, I would say that's a very bad way of looking at it.
No, that's a terrible bad. Like, no, I would rather the people who actually make the game make the game. Like, no, that is, if you word your argument that way, that's absolutely
because like I just don't get it. There are two people that I don't understand whatsoever in the Halo community. That's Doomers, who are just like, Halo is dead. And again, I'll always say it. You don't know what franchise death looks like if you think that this is what it looks like.
It's not dead.
And
the big thing is look at whenever a new Halo game launches, the first week, look at the player count.
Mhm.
It's massive.
Yep.
Like the audience is there. You got to work on retaining it.
Yep.
Like the name itself brings players in.
Yep.
You have to retain it. It's not dead. It's not dead.
And the other half is the everything is fine crowd. There's not a single thing wrong. There's everything. This is exactly how it should be.
Yeah, you have to have a happy medium.
I don't understand them very much, almost more than Doomers. I don't get it because I see them on Twitter. I'm not going to call out anybody in particular, but there are some people that I see on Twitter that's just like, how can you look at how Halo Infinite is being handled and be like, no, this is perfectly fine. This is understandable. I'm happy this is the way that things are. Or I'm just happy that it's here. Like when Halo Infinite gets a new mode 3 years after the game came out, it's like, why aren't you just happy that it's here already? It's like, I don't think you quite understand what it means for some people that they have to wait 3 years. Some people are dead now and they never got to experience that. Like, you have to really think about how important time actually is. Like, you can't just push off the fact that they take forever to do these things. There are people who are waiting a very long time for experiences that they may never get to experience, whether or not it's because of something as drastic as the loss of life, or just they are now in a position in life where they can't play an Xbox, they can't play games, they may not even have a house. It's like, yeah, I'm taking it to an extreme here, but it's more in the fact that you should just have the game ready. I get it. They screwed over themselves. They screwed the pooch on Halo Infinite's development. They made bad decisions. They turned what should have been a 3-year development cycle into a 6-year development cycle, +1 because of Joe Staten saving the day, basically. But if that's the case, my guy, you have so many studios. Just let someone else work on Halo.
See, my question is, I just go, this company is worth how much? They have how many resources available?
Don't even worry, Connor. They only spent $500,000 on Halo Infinite's engine just to not be able to use it because they didn't know how it worked.
They don't know how to understand it, and that's
500 million.
500 million. Yes,
I was gonna say
it is the
500,000
most
is extremely low.
it is the most expensive engine that has ever been made ever.
for them not to know what the hell they're doing with it, and you can blame
Wait,
that.
he's charging up.
How do you manage to do that?
How
do you make something and not understand
I can
it?
answer that. Let me answer. I want to contribute.
Do it.
Contractors. They hired contractors to work on the game, and they were on a short contract. So let's say for the original team that came in, 9 to 12 month contract, they hit the road because 343 doesn't, or Microsoft, whoever the hell is in charge of it, doesn't want to bring them back. A new contractor comes in, has to pick up where it left off. They have the bits and pieces of the game in the engine. Okay, it's here, but how the hell do we use it? How do we make this work? How do we make this go with this? That's why it was in developmental hell, because they would go after contractors. And like Austin said, I forget what franchise it is over on Sony's neck of the woods on PlayStation. I want to say it's God of War? They have like multiple hands on the development team, like a bunch of different companies working on it.
You have no idea how much I don't pay attention to PlayStation.
Fair enough. I know there's a PlayStation. I know there's a PlayStation exclusive that has
Probably Horizon.
that has like a bunch of different like development teams that works on different aspects of the game. And I think Halo would be absolutely great. Like one team works on the campaign, another team works on the multiplayer, and like have other like companies or get their hands on it too. Just because 343 has openly shown that they can't handle it alone.
My ideal, my perfect world is 343 works on the campaigns. Certain Affinity works on the multiplayer because they've been doing Halo's multiplayer since Halo 2, in the background secretly. And then Creative Assembly makes all the fancy, unique experiences. Because what I really love, my favorite period of time in Halo, there are 2 of them actually, but I'm not going to talk about the second one. My number 1, though, that is completely underrated. People don't even talk about that this was a thing that happened. Halo Wars ODST Reach. 2008, 2009, 2010. That was fire. That was sick. Because you're just sitting there just like, man, I really like Halo. It would be awesome if there were 3 games.
I mean,
in
Halo
the course
3
of
was
3 years.
2007, right?
Yeah, so 4 Halo games in the course of 4 years. So you're just no wonder Halo was at the top of the mountain for a while there, because they had these experiences lined up. Halo Wars made by a completely different company. Ensemble, RIP, because Halo Wars killed the company.
Whoopsie.
Dang it.
Halo 3 ODST made by a small ragtag team within Bungie, while the majority of Bungie works on Halo Reach, and then Halo Reach. And it's like, that's fantastic. With how big 343 is, I get that games are hard to make these days. They're much more difficult because they require a lot more special tools, a lot more special designs. But 343 has 500 employees.
And blank checks.
Honestly, by this point, I'm about to stop believing that. I'm about to start believing that Microsoft is just an abusive father that just doesn't give them money.
I gotta stop thinking about the developmental process of Infinite, or I'm gonna lose my damn mind.
I saw I forget who it was on Twitter, Yes, I'm calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm calling it Twitter.
What's X?
Yeah, exactly. I basically saw someone talking about like, what do you guys think the odds are like on the showcase on the 9th that they announce, PlayStation is going to have access to Halo.
I've questioned how I'm going to handle that if that happens. Because
the fact that you're slightly concerned tells me that you might think it's a possibility.
you should listen to last week's community episode.
Did you guys talk about it?
A lot, because I basically presented, and I think I might have gotten through to you, James, on my perspective. Not to say that you were my opponent or anything.
Do you think it should be or shouldn't?
Shouldn't. Not even by not even by a little bit.
Right.
It shouldn't, because it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
what if Xbox got Helldivers?
well, that's the thing.
I don't think that's a fair trade.
No, here's the thing.
We
I
gave
don't
them
think-
Sea of Thieves. That should be enough for Helldivers, in my opinion.
I don't think that should happen, because PC is already the middle ground.
Right.
Like, Spider-Man got released on PC. I don't want it on Xbox. I can play it on PC.
I think PC is a good middle ground.
It's a great middle ground.
Ghosts of Tsushima, that's on PC as well.
Because, like, what's the point? What's the point of a console when there's no more exclusivity? Like, the only thing that the consoles can do these days, and PlayStation, it does a better job of it because they actually do make the console feel like its own little theme park.
Right.
But the only thing that consoles have aside from exclusives is the experience that a console will bring. It brings some form of
performance
unique,
or something like that.
even then, PC wins now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no such thing as a console that beats a PC anymore. The only thing that a console brings aside from the exclusives is usually the feeling of the console itself. With PlayStation, it has social features in there that are built in that allows you to play as the PlayStation mascot. There's a whole game coming out for it right now where, like, a character is the PS5 controller. Like, it has its own unique ecosystem. Xbox, for a while there, the avatars were its way of expressing
Don't get me
themselves.
started on Avatar Paintball.
But that game was fire. Castle Miner.
Castle Miners
But,
Z was
Crash
so good.
Course?
Crash
Yes,
Course.
dude, I want them to re-release 2 so bad. I don't get it.
There was a Avatar Nerf War game at some point. We played it so long ago.
And that's the thing, is like, that was the stuff that's the kind of thing that consoles bring. It brings a unique form of interacting with your games and interacting with the community that PC just doesn't do, because PC is in and of itself its own ecosystem. So when you get rid of exclusives and all you can operate on is just what the console can offer, it's not going to work. It's just not going to last.
No, don't get me wrong. I agree. I don't want it to go to PlayStation because Halo is Xbox's baby. But if I were to know for a fact that bringing it to PlayStation would somehow help the development, like obviously not just strictly PlayStation, but giving PlayStation access to it. If I knew it was going to actually help the development of Halo and make sure like the next games and so on and so forth are actually going to be quality, I'd probably look past it just for the sake of Halo, as much as it would fucking suck for me. I want the franchise to be taken care of and be in good standings, and it just is not.
There's nothing that's told me that it would be a good idea, because Microsoft has shown very clearly that acquiring things does not mean they're going to hang on to it. Acquiring things mean this thing is now on the chopping block for being deleted forever.
Yep.
Ooh, I thought of a good question.
Please.
What if, say, if Halo ended up going to PlayStation for whatever reason, what if that meant that more studios could come in and then work on it?
Terrible question. No, I'm kidding.
I would say that they're not qualified.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like if I knew PlayStation had their hands in and they were actually able to play it and other PlayStation games or companies were able to get into it, then sure. But
No, they're not qualified.
no, Sony doesn't have like, unless I'm completely drawing a blank, I don't think Sony has like the rights to like any like story-driven FPS game.
They don't have any massively multiplayer game.
No, it's granted they knock story games out of the park.
That's their thing. The thing is, PlayStation is the console you go for if you want to get deeply involved single player experiences. Xbox is where you want to go if you want the deeply involved multiplayer social experiences.
Yep.
Xbox built, 33 Immortals. That game goes hard, by the way. I played the closed beta, fire. But 33 Immortals was a game that Xbox advertised first. It's going to be on Game Pass.
I mean, Xbox is no slouch in writing stories either.
No, but
Halo, Gears of War. Granted, both those franchises aren't doing too hot right now, but they were great at one point.
But that's the thing. Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
Their most famous games are games built around playing with your friends.
Right.
Grounded.
grounded. Sea of Thieves is fun.
Sea of Thieves is great.
I love Sea of Thieves so fucking
So that's
much.
why I don't. That's another reason. Like all this does is add ammunition to my no. I don't want PlayStation touching my favorite franchise. Because anytime that there's something like that happens, that means what I see is more corporate suits staring at my favorite franchise and
trying to milk it for a cash cow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And more importantly,
More investors, more people to please with profits.
more people that have a say in whether or not it gets to continue. The more that they see that, I don't want that, because I'm telling you, and I'm being completely real here, the moment Halo stops is the moment that I am forcing this show to stop.
Luckily, I don't think that'll happen.
No.
And I don't want anything to happen that could cause it to happen.
Yeah.
I just think the concept of having like the God of War team make a Halo single player experience would be very interesting.
Could be interesting. Do they have any idea of how to do it?
Nope.
they have absolutely zero idea. Like like a God of War story fire, from at least what I've seen. They could probably add good story elements, but it is a completely different franchise and it's a completely different genre.
And before anyone tries to go into the Discord right now, because I can already hear people typing, 343 doesn't even know how to understand how to make a Halo game. Pierre Hintz, whatever you want, however you say his name, got to talk to that man personally. He's the reason Halo Reach is on MCC. He's the reason why a lot of MCC is the way that it is right now. He played Halo since Halo 2. He grew up with the franchise, kind of. He was in his 20s. But he and his team, all of the guys that were on the MCC team are now in senior positions at 343. They are controlling quite a bit of what's happening in Halo. And I'm fairly certain that the decision to abandon Infinite was basically them saying, let's do this again.
Because you guys f***ed it up pretty bad.
And so I want to say, we don't know anymore what 343 can do with Halo, because everyone that was in control of Halo at that time, Frank O'Connor, Bonnie Ross, Bernie Burns, Bonnie Ross, everyone under them, everyone in the leadership was fired. They're all gone. The only person that didn't get fired, the only person that basically left by their own volition was Kiki Wolfkill, and it's because she just wanted to go work on the TV show. Yeah, right. So with those people worrying about their own stuff now, going off and doing their own thing, this whole new team, we have no idea what 343 is going to do. The way that marketing, the way that development works is you're working years in advance. And so with Halo Infinite doing what it is right now, focusing primarily on things like microtransactions and barely any updates, it's probably just a small skeleton crew working on the game, and they're trying to plan out the next couple of years of Halo. That's just how it is.
I'm so afraid and optimistic of the future at the same time. I'm so that the terrible time frame of 2016 to 2020, where we were just in purgatory and weren't getting any information for about half a decade. I'm scared of that happening again. I don't want to let's say June 9th, we actually, by some miracle of God himself, we get some teaser about the next Halo game. And the release date is to be determined. And at this point, I'd imagine yeah, okay, fair enough. But then the next year's event, when it's 2025, then we get an official release date, 2030.
Yep. I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think because here's the thing. I think the plan to make Halo Infinite the game for the next 10 years, I think they've figured out that that's not going to work. And I think they've already probably gotten something pretty nicely chiseled out, more than likely, especially if they did actually make the switch to Unreal Engine, which I'm not entirely thrilled about. But if they did it, then
they would at least know how it works.
They would know how the engine works, and they would be able to make a game much faster thanks to how intuitive Unreal Engine actually is.
We have not seen a Halo game at its full potential since we were children.
Nope. And every time that I go back to play the old games, I'm just sitting there why does the physics engine feel better? Why do the explosions feel more lively? Why do the characters feel like they're actually more fleshed out?
When you destroy a Phantom in Halo 3, as opposed to when you destroy a Phantom now, it is extremely.
It's not even that. Halo 4.
Yeah.
Halo 4's explosions feel lifeless right off the bat. It's something was wrong with the understanding of how Halo is right off rip with 343. And I love them. It's just I think they were trying too hard to do something different.
It's
and
an
never
abusive
tried
relationship.
To switch. They never learned how to figure out what Halo actually is, even though they might love it, even if they might hate it. They never spent the time to actually figure out what the language of Halo was.
Unfortunately for them, it doesn't matter if they love it or hate it. hate it.
That's a new one.
It's our perception, the people who are actually buying the game and keeping the franchise alive. That's who you want to please, whether you like what it used to be or not. Like it's entirely our call on what we perceive Halo is good, if it meets expectations or not.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to make the game where I should feel proud to support them when I buy microtransactions. Like I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want to support this with microtransactions.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Very rarely should you buy a microtransaction from the Halo
That is
store.
actually a common thing on social media as well. People being like, I'm so happy that I get to contribute to Halo by buying the microtransactions.
No,
I'm happy
you're
to support the team.
encouraging terrible practice on their behalf.
I don't.
Do not.
I only spent microtransactions when I got AI out of it. That was awesome.
Like the only time where I feel good for buying microtransactions is in Helldivers. Because I want to support
You get
that
a
team.
whole, I mean, you're getting actual gameplay changing equipment out of it. A whole new set of gameplay out of it. It's great. James, what are your thoughts on everything that we just said for the last 20 minutes?
That's a lot of pressure.
But actually, for real, James, last time we had a chat about this, I couldn't figure out if you were someone that said that it would be good for Halo to be on PlayStation.
I said I could see why it would be good. I can see pros.
Do you think that it would be the best choice, though?
That's hard to say. Like I said, I came from a headspace of Halo's in a pretty rough spot to where it almost feels like they need a new audience.
That's really rough to say, though.
I'm not saying like people are bad or anything, but I think the community that just wants to stick with Halo would stick with Halo if it went to PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know,
It just,
but I feel like the community that already has a foot out the door and would be like that. It sounds corny, but I know it's a real word that would be used. Betrayed by it. Basically, the chips would fall that way no matter what.
I don't know. I see it as a whole new audience to disappoint if you do that.
Possibly. Well, that's why you just absolutely couldn't fuck it up.
And they, I don't know. It's too much. It would be too much to do. If you're already struggling to satisfy one audience, I can't see satisfying and somehow satisfying another set. You've already disappointed two audiences, actually, the OGs and the new guys. Don't look in that box, Connor.
I'm not.
He already did it.
I opened it. I have keys.
Yeah. Thank you, Shane, though.
I can hold it.
So anyway, we're going to move on to our Patreon section. Thanks to this whole conversation.
I opened stuff last week. It's your guys.
Okay.
Do we need to open up the bag or try to cut it open?
No, this is a tear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So review. It's Patreon time. Connor, would you like to prepare? Oh, you already have your. Yeah, you got this. You know how to use my boom arm.
Oh, you know, brother. I stole
Standard.
one of your Weathers coffee candies.
You mean Werther's?
Weathers.
And you didn't grab me one?
That caught me so off guard for a second. I was like, who the hell is Weathers?
Anyway, here we go. Council of Patreon names. They're in the walls. They're in the walls. They're in the fucking walls with soda.
Get them out.
Did you have to say with soda referencing the stream? I'm not cool with that.
Oh my god, that just hit me.
Jacob Adlam, Scion Esports, thank you guys so much for your support. It's Default 456, Dark Salad 42. It's Dick Hammerbush. Yeah! He put his whole body into that. Oh my god.
You're gonna be able to hear the.
Dong Crowbar Shrub introducing Jumper Soda. Flavors include Connor's Brute Shot Cherry, James's Covenant Cola, Shane's Sublime Strike, and Austin's Plat. It got cut off, dude. Got cut off, dude.
Austin's Plaz. What was Shane's?
Shane's Sublime Strike.
I like that.
As reference to Spartan Strike, I guess.
What was mine again?
Yours was Brute Shot Cherry.
I like Covenant Cola.
Covenant Cola was pretty fire.
I like me some alliteration.
It's Soda Week, baby. Also, Pepsi is the best. The reaction.
I
Weirdo.
don't want to get into it.
It's because I drank Pepsi during that soda stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Mando, Is this person still? I guess this person's back. Margarita Ortega, welcome back. Mr. Shifter, James Zealot, Seth Rutherford, Spartan Dave, Captain Varco, UNSC Walk Softly, Cool Blazer, H Ghost, Last Dawn Reactions, Mo Maggot, y'all, and Spartan of Buko, G156, Vermin, Abby Criminal, Batman, guys, it didn't work. Shane got me. Bigfoot, Beat, Feet, The Pondered, Connor Clark, Dapper Dame, Dylan. I want to drown in gallons of wet and warm soda.
Warm.
Lactating Gator, Lactating Milk MT, Linda Marie.
The only normal person.
Onyx Diablo, Sergeant Forges, Chipotle Shotgun, The Lactation of Mercy. When I joined the Corps, we didn't have any fancy schmancy yodeling pickles. We had 2 library hosts and a Connor for the whole platoon. I guess screw one of you guys. I don't know, because there's 2 library hosts and a Connor. Rock, paper, scissors to see who we're referring to here.
I was gonna say or Bryant, but I mean that still leaves that.
This still leaves out because technically there's been 5 hosts, so 2. Okay.
Well, that's 2 out of 3.
Yes, 2 out of 3.
Damn it.
Okay, Shane is the.
I don't exist.
Me and Shane were the 2 library hosts, and then Connor. Sorry, James.
Your hoodie's a little small there. Or hoodie, shirt. I don't know, whatever you're wearing.
It's a shirt, long sleeve shirt. He just has the thing on his head. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I saw that and my mind went hoodie.
Brendan Pfeiffer, Sky Cairo, Ismaz, Dozgadeedle, Eliza, JX O'Malley, Keith 077. Shane, we need to talk about your future JumperScape. I don't think it's working out. Cheyenne can validate you on your way out.
Wait, what? She can what?
Validate.
Oh.
I thought you said violate.
Thank you. I'm glad you heard that too, because I didn't want to be the one to say it. I'm like, if I'm the only one that heard that, it's going to be super awkward. I'm like,
Cheyenne can violate you on your way out.
Slapnuts, Soda Drinker Pro, the professional drinker of soda, the smooth brain slinger with the iron on his hip.
The smooth
brain slinger with a big iron on his hip.
Slinging slasher and
Tucker,
the smooth brain slinger.
Tucker, Tyson Rue 88, Aussie ODST, Austin Taylor. Austin, thank you for the cuddles last night. It's been a while since I felt the touch of and the warmth of another human. Oh. You're welcome. Austin, I'm lighting fireworks in your yard. Baller. Big old soda boy. That's actually his name. That's so funny.
Big old soda boy.
Big old soda boy. Damian Groth, Dr. Lactator, Dragon Eye, Drink, Pop, and Prepare. Connor, Linda was never real. It was always me. I was Linda. I am the wraith that took other Linda's souls. He's actually on his knees. You good there, James?
We've been played.
I love just hearing myself off in the distance.
Ginger Boy, Head Ass, Hayden, Halo, Reach Around, Cortana, Hamilton.
Halo, Reach Around.
Hold on.
That is the best name ever. That is the best name ever.
Help, Austin. I'm stranded on Reach, Ungoy wife. No. Change that, please. It's been that way. Lactated, Sanghili soda. Previously, post tense. Mando 2.0. Oh, Cheyenne, bring us some soda. She's not here right now. Sorry, dude. Pity 104.
I wish she was.
The wettest soda you've ever seen. Ew. The Goob, X3T and Zengil, Claude Spark 5970, Daniel Dumpweed, Garrus Vicarian, Halo the Guy, Iskari, Kiri, Kyle Hooley, Shane! Look what you've done to my bloody shed, man! Ungoy Sad Sniffle. I watched them glass Balaho.
I don't think Connor knows what Balaho is.
Connor, what is Balaho?
I personally pronounce it Balaho.
I don't know.
It's the Grunt homeworld. Oh, it was like kind of glassed.
How have I never heard that name? I swear I've had to heard that once.
Probably. And lastly, but never least, warm apple smiles.
Yeah.
I miss Face McShooty.
I also miss Face McShooty. It's okay though.
We're almost to 3 pages.
We are almost to 3 pages.
On page 3, that is.
Oh no, I'm getting mixed up with a fish. That's why.
What?
Ballyhoo.
But yeah, we love you guys that are supporting us. You're really helping us make a lot of stuff possible right now, especially as we enter into getting close anyway to the third quarter of the year. It's getting wild. So thank you guys so much for your support. It's making a whole lot of things possible. If you want to support yourself, that's patreon.com/JumperScape. If you want to greenlight a show, that is ko-fi.com/JumperScape. For now, though, we're switching over to our reviews. There's a lot of them.
Oh boy!
All right, I'm sitting down.
Including...
I thought we do the presents.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
No.
I thought
That's after this.
That's why I was standing.
I didn't know there was an order that we have to do every time.
I guess.
This first last time.
I guess I can
What
do
if there's something silly we can make noises?
Okay. Hold on, Connor. You grab my phone, please.
Oh, we're doing okay.
Connor's gonna stand back up.
Bring this around so I can be heard.
Let me switch it to the pro video. Okay, and then switch this so that it's auto.
This is so cool. I love these boom arms.
Right? I love them so much.
I'm standing and it's just that face level.
I'm standing.
It's not that impressive, but it's cool to me.
Here you go. It should be nice and high frame rate this time around. Okay, are we ready?
All right, it's 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, let's do this. So this is from. It was scratched off. This feels paper. Wait, is there a message on there?
There probably is a message on
No,
that.
I think it's just
Enjoy your
receipt.
gift from Kyle.
Oh,
What a jerk.
what is
It's a snake cone. Ha ha! Funny joke.
Wait, is that one of the
Oh, are we gonna open it?
open it?
Did it go?
It's right there next to you, behind the suit. It's behind the suitcase.
All right.
That was fun.
I do it again.
What do you have, James? What did you get? What'd you get?
Don't throw out any paper in case there's
What'd you get? 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 What is
Keep
that?
your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
We follow rules.
We do?
A giant pencil that you would get at the book fair.
Woo!
I always wanted one of those.
I feel like a
Cool.
kid again. What is this?
I don't know.
Is there anything else in there?
Yeah.
James.
You want to you want to open that thing, whatever it is?
Not really. No. Oh, wait. Oh, you didn't want to. Wait.
Yes, Shane. Is there a message? Shane, what does it say?
943684384.
Okay, pause. Hold on. That's part of the ARG, I think.
It is. And it says decrypt this, and when you do so, call and repeat to me.
Okay.
From Retainer of Grace.
Retainer of Grace.
Retainer of grace.
That's what it says.
Okay.
You want to see?
Sure. Yeah.
I want the giant pencil out.
I'm swinging back.
Oh
around
my
to
gosh.
James.
Oh, I know what kind of code this is. I've done so many ARGs. I know this.
Thank
code.
God that Austin just knows stuff.
I do a lot.
Is it where 1 is A, 2 is B?
Okay.
No,
Okay, I was thinking of something else.
because there's some of these that are just not they aren't right.
And some of these. And some of these.
And done.
It does a little bit of that and done. Gosh, giant pencil.
What was in there?
Oh, I haven't opened it
I
yet.
gave
was gonna
Austin, I showed
should
him
I
the
open-
note.
Should I open this?
Oh, I
go
gave
for
it
it.
to you to open.
That's
it.
okay. I opened.
You
Yeah.
opened nothing. You opened the letter, technically, not even like the package itself, dude.
I don't think that's true.
You didn't. You opened this.
Oh, no. I was talking about last time we did.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, not last week, but the last time I was here, I opened it.
what?
What?
What is
It's
it?
prank
It's
gum.
shock chewing gum. 3 packages of shock chewing gum.
3.
I wonder if they
3
work.
packages. They work. they work. But I guess this being a show populated by mostly men, that being men who enjoy doing dumb things together.
Hold on.
Obviously, this means that we have to test this theory.
Hold on, let this be the cameraman thing.
So here you go. Take a piece. Take a piece, dude. Take a piece of gum.
Give me a piece.
It felt funny. It felt funny.
What?
Did I
You
break
broke
it? Did I break? No, did I? It worked for me.
I didn't feel anything.
You're supposed to pull by the. You're not supposed to pull. Oh my gosh.
Is that
Okay,
it?
we'll get another one out.
Yeah, I felt the electricity
I was
when
gonna
I'm
say
touching the top.
that's why I did it super quick. I didn't want to pull it all the way out.
Yeah, you pulled it all the way out.
I'm sorry.
No, Connor
no,
pulled
he
it
did
all
say-
the way
I was gonna
out.
say I don't think I did.
I meant
got
you as I
zapped
meant
for-
you
I have
towards him.
whatever
Okay.
this is open for whenever the time is right.
Okay, I'm gonna
The
open
time
this
is
next
right.
one. It just says open this next one.
Fun Fams. I don't know what Fun Fams is.
I'm pointing at James.
Oh gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Here, pull on that.
No.
Go for it. No, don't. Come on, pull on it. No, pull on it, my guy.
Ah,
Just feel
I
it.
did,
Jeez.
I did.
God damn it, I hate this.
No,
Go
so
for
do
it,
I.
Chris.
That's why I did it quick.
Go for it. Go for it. Just pull it.
I hate it.
So weird. I don't like it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh God.
Connor, you're gonna break it again.
Are you not feeling it?
It's just not that strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just don't like that feeling. I
No,
just
it's
don't
a-
like
it's
it.
It is a
weird
really
feeling.
fun skin crawling feeling. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
scared.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
it's a box.
You open it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much for not giving that to me. I would have screamed. I hate
Kind of
it.
wish I did know.
I hate
It's
spiders.
it's a spider in a box.
I'm sad I caught on. I'm sad I caught on to what it was because it would have been good if it got me. But I'm like, I know what this is gonna be one of spider things.
You know what's the saddest part about these is I have no idea where to put them. Like I might have to,
On the shelf over
I'm gonna
there.
have to, no, that's for Halo stuff. I'm gonna have to hand off some of this stuff to you guys to keep forever. Nice pencil, Connor.
Kind of feels good.
I'm drawing a mustache on you.
All right,
Try it.
Yeah, go ahead, Ching. So now
Yeah.
the letter
I don't like it.
is it the letter now?
Oh yes, the letter.
Hold on.
Yes, the letter.
Let me try it for the audience.
Yes, please.
Go for it.
Oh,
Come on,
Other way.
Other way.
brother. You can still. You just had to push it the other.
Oh, jinky.
a gift for you. Your gift receipt. A gift for you. Your, gift receipt. A gift for you. A gift
Your gift receipt.
A gift for you.
Your gift receipt.
A gift for you.
Your gift receipt.
That's all it was gift receipts.
Awesome.
We're gonna return all of it.
So that's what we got. A bunch more prank packages.
A bunch of nonsense.
This is fun. It's a good
like
time. We like to have fun here. So thank you so much for that.
I
You're
like me
very cool.
novelties.
Yeah, I like being electrocuted. It's really cool. So, ow. He hit me on the nipple with that. Ow. Okay, Connor, you're all done. You can wrap it up. We're gonna go to
Let
the
me
reviews.
erase it for you.
I hit the pause button.
Okay,
I hope it cut off on me erasing your nipple.
That'd be really funny. All right, cool. Thank you kindly for that. All right, so review time to wrap up, and then we can move to our Q&A, and then we're all done. So I don't want to rest my arm on these. All right, so last time when we left off, we had people testing things and all of that, but now we have a lot of reviews to go through this time around.
I have sat down.
Good, thank you, Connor.
Anytime.
So, first and foremost, we have 5 stars from The Real Default. Salt on pancakes equals good.
Thank you.
Connor, please let me and Austin Ungoy wife out, please, or I will be forced to send Yap Yap the Destroyer after. No, please, no, I'm sorry, not the Bruts, I'm sorry. And P.S. Sorry for the bad spelling with Ungoy. I'd be more concerned about the misspelling with Brutes.
Wait. Is he asking me to be let out?
I guess. I don't. Yes.
Bro, the door's unlocked. You just walked in.
Next up is 5 stars from humorous fellow Good Pod. Really like the podcast and covers some crazy stuff, but I more so wrote this to give an episode idea. Covenant versus Empire. Navies and troops, so if anyone on their Discord server sees this, please give them this idea, and please tell them it was my idea, not trying to hoard the glory, but I don't want my ideas just stolen. Well, first of all, that's a legit review. We don't get those very often. James, write that down.
Nemo Feynman.
Oh, he wrote down
Doodle Bob.
yeah, with the giant pencil. But yeah, can you write down that idea, James? Covenant versus Star Wars Empire.
God.
Anytime we say write that down, we gotta use the big pencil.
Yeah, thank you, James. Yeah, he's big penciling it. Okay, while he's writing that, next one is 5 stars from Alien Boy, the Schmyberry. I read this last time, but I'm going to read it again. The new show should be called The Schmeiberry, a Jumpy Scapers community cast.
What do we do when we have to sharpen this?
Knife.
We have someone send us a really big pencil sharpener.
Comically
I
large
really
pencil
wish there
sharpener.
was a comically large pencil sharpener.
There's gotta be.
Next is
I'm checking Amazon.
There's gotta
next
be.
is 5 stars from
Okay, pencil sharpener. Look at the girth.
Stop.
Can you let me out of the mini fridge, please? I am cold in the fridge and it is overflowing from all the people. Who do you
is
think
this?
will win? The guy with the cat that walked across his keyboard.
Keyboard guy.
I am cold in the fridge and it is overflowing from all the people. Who do you think will win? Connor, James, Shane, or Austin in a fist fight with 1 AR and a vest with C4? All of us? Okay, hold on. Now I'm really confused.
Well, if
Is
there's
it a fist fight with a gun? Like one of us?
and
One
a
gun?
C4 vest? It
Okay.
sounds like none of us win.
So like here's
Yeah,
the
no
thing.
one wins
Does that
and
mean
there's-
that one of us has the vest, one of us has the gun, and the other two have just fists? Because all I'm saying is if
you need to clarify.
if Connor or James has the C4 vest, we're all dead. Connor on accident, James on purpose.
Oh, how's this thing work? Connor would trip or something
I love
like that.
I love that you think that in a simple fist fight I would resort to killing myself and all my friends over what is probably a petty disagreement.
Why would you bring the C4 vest otherwise?
You know?
And Shane would have the AR. There's no other way of butts around it.
Then I win.
Wait. Is the C4 vest concealed?
Probably.
If Connor has the C4 vest, I win without even having to fire
Shane,
a bullet.
please don't hurt me.
Oh God!
I swear.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there smiling, just with a big grin, just
You're behind Shane like well, Shane already put like 7 rounds on you and you're just on the floor like
This is a very, very morbid scenario. Can we move on?
that's what he set
can you
up.
stop writing fight scenarios? They kind of just make me a little melancholy.
We're all friends here. We like to have fun here. A review for stories
This
from
pencil's
Waypoint.
off center.
A review from stories from Waypoint. This time around, 1111 Wither King, 5 stars, Killtacular audio drama. Do you like Alex Wakeford and his amazing short stories and wish they were made into an audio drama? Well, then this is the, audio drama for you then. From the creators of Tarkov, A Halo Story, The Library, Halo Lorecast, Rune 237, and Collateral Creatives.
You read
JumperScape-
this last week.
I did, but it's a really good review. JumperScape Audio immerses you in the amazing short stories of Halo. From in-universe to out-of-universe, you'll find yourself enjoying every tense moment of these spectacular short stories. Sincerely, Q Dorian of Spotify. New stories from Waypoint will actually be dropping in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned. It's going to be about Noble Team. It's going to be fun. Next, 5 stars from Clodocat83. I have listened. I have listened to every single episode at least once.
nice.
I wonder how many
Good
people
work.
are in that boat. I've actually wondered how approachable our show is if someone joins in right now. We're like in the 60s.
It depends on how familiar they are.
I was trying to get your attention while you were just talking, but you couldn't go ahead and just stop talking. So now it's awkward. I was gonna say my vape died. Can I hit that comment?
As you say, why you at, you could have completely ignored me while I was talking and asked him. It's his.
A simple would do. Just a
What was I saying now? Damn it!
It's something about
words.
Oh, it depends on how well versed they are in Halo. If they know something about Halo,
I don't know.
then-
Maybe if you know nothing, starting from episode 1 and working your way up, because episode 1 through 25 super approachable. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's kind of boring.
I don't think so. I don't even think they think
At
so.
least the first few is just word vomit between you and Bryant.
Yeah, but that's because we knew everything. Now you guys know almost everything.
Not really. No, we're just fun.
You're able to have hold a better conversation about lore these days, though, because you've heard me ramble
I mean, I guess yeah.
on and off the show. No.
Oh no!
You kept swaying it. I was trying to get close enough to where you just sway into it.
Next, 5 stars from 1111 Wither King. Let Us Out, Part 3.
Oh god, everyone buckle the in. All right, here we go.
Disclaimer, this story was all made up in my screwed up mind and some jokes that were casually said in the reviews before mine by, I forgot what his name is, the guy that's just emojis, so I'm just going to call him Emoji again. Just Clap. His name is Clap. and the Russian Halo Wolf. Shane is not a kidnapper, and it's just a joke. Don't dox him and take him into custody. Day 53.
It's a big time
A
jump.
lot of time has passed.
The once the spacious garage has turned into a humid hell. Ever since Default arrived bearing the grave news, the garage has slowly gotten more and more packed. Body heat has begun to consume us in its sweaty wrath. People have begun to stay inside the freezer in hopes to cool themselves off. The last time I counted, there were 343 people here.
Oh my god!
I get it. I
Yes,
see what he
yeah.
did there. I see 343.
But still,
I see what he did there.
I don't think your garage could fit that many.
Including me. Not in a humane way. I think it's the point. Including me. From the information I was able to gather, everybody here was or is still a member of the cult of lactation, except for Default. For some reason, Shane just doesn't like him. Which, by the way, he censors the cult of lactation, so I'm going to censor it as well in the show, and everyone's going to have to roll with it. Since everybody has arrived, about 30 arguments has broken out, and 12 has led to fights that we had to break up. Tense moments like these can bring out the wart in people. I want to believe that was on purpose.
The warts in people.
Though we may all have our differences, we can agree on one thing. We want out. The idea is there, but the will to rebel is at rock bottom. If only I could figure out a way to... Hey, I saw it! Give it! Yelled someone over the crowd. I dropped my pen and paper and decided it was best to continue later. Crowded rooms like this can be hard to hear people, let alone see through, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out who was arguing again. As you know, Default is one of the people that was kidnapped, and as you know, Dangerous Rough 33 and was also kidnapped and put into his garage. As you know, they've been arguing quite a bit for the last month, and as you know, it's... I hate you. I hate you so much. I know why you're doing that. I know why you're doing that. I don't...
I already know what you were doing.
Because, dude, I hate As You Know. It is the dumbest writing decision ever. It rarely makes sense. And when it does, it hits. But it almost never does.
What if this guy just genuinely accidentally just said "as you know" that many times?
There's two more. As you know, they've been arguing for quite a bit the last month, and as you know, it's over the dumbest stuff. As you know, I always have to break up these idiotic fights, and as you know, I'm about to right now. Trying to push and shove through a crowd like this is near impossible. From what I've learned, you've got to ebb and flow through the crowd. I made it past the biomass before you could say Halo 5 Guardians is the best game bar none. As they argued, I looked down in between them to see a photo of a muscular woman with black hair and lipstick and was signed Mommy in purple cursive. Shane is just taken aback at the moment. Like I said, I saw it first and called dibs, said Default. Nuh-uh, retorted Dangerous Rough 33 himself and regained his cool. I mean, this is coming from someone who was kidnapped by James, and he isn't even the main antagonist. Dangerous Rough 33 looked down at his shoes. He had his CIS class assault carrier. Once I learned of James's intent, there was nothing I could do.
Wait, CIS, the separatist?
CAS.
Oh, AS.
Covenant assault carrier.
I'm just abducting people in my assault carrier.
Yeah.
Cool.
Much easier since you have that gravity well thing.
Much cooler than my freaking garage.
He looked at him disappointed. You were right to focus your attention on the CAS class assault carrier, but this affiliate, this James, I decided to finally intervene. Guys, you've got to stop. Last time you were arguing whether or not Halo Infinite Warfare was better than Call of Halo Warzone Firefight.
I just want to believe this is all mass psychosis. And
They both shook their heads in unison. Not your problem. Also, why should we have to listen to you when you sound like Dr. Glassman from Spartan Ops? Oh gosh dang, I have to change the voice now. Said Default. Dangerous Rough nodded in agreement. Valid. That really wasn't the point, but he was right. Ever since I had awakened in this garage, my voice had changed almost as if someone else was voicing me. I guess in the past I was doing a high-pitched voice. Oh gosh.
Fourth wall break.
I was getting sidetracked when I allowed 3 bangs hit the door. Shut up, said what had to be Shane. I'm trying to eat my salted pancakes. Don't make me unalive one of you to my hidden Xperia shrine. The message was concise but clear. Everyone was quick to say, understood, or affirmative. You could hear his footsteps while he slowly walked away. We need to get out of here, said the Russian Halo Wolf. Yeah, but how? Yeah, but how? Asked Dangerous Rough 33, completely forgetting about the autographed photo. It's not like we can blow up the garage door. But what if we could, I thought. I mean, it's not entirely impossible. Everyone looked in my direction, confusion in their eyes, but a willingness to hearing me out. What if we used the PS2? I was now pointing towards where a man was sat playing Crash Bandicoot and overheated to go blow up the garage door. The idea was set in the minds of everyone, but all it caused were murmurs and looks of doubt. If this went awry, who knows what Shane would do to us? But then from the shadows, a man rose up. It was Clap, and he began to walk towards me. This took everyone aback, seeing the man up and walking away from the freezer and not towards it. Once he was about 2 feet from me, he opened his mouth, and the 5 most inspirational words came out from his mouth. Let's blow this popsicle stand. What was murmuring turned into a chorus of shouting and cheering. One man yelled, "Yeah!" from the top of his lungs.
Is this an implication that Connor's in the garage?
Yes.
Am I in?
Yes, you're in the garage. This is confirming it. This has to. Looking into the lore in between the lines here. This all ended when we heard Shane's footsteps running towards the garage door. He opened up and yelled, "What did I say?" Everyone was trembling at the might of Shane. He looked over and pointed towards Clap. You're coming with me. Before Clap could refuse, Shane had grabbed him by the collar of his shirt and dragged him out the garage door. That was the last time we saw Clap. But it wasn't the last we heard of him. Throughout that night, we heard the agonizing screams of Shane's victim. Though I couldn't see what was happening, I imagined what cruel punishment Shane was putting on Clap, but it most certainly couldn't be pretty. Then the screaming stopped. But red liquid seeped through the roof of the garage where the bad things had to have taken place.
Oh, no.
You might think this would scare us into submission, but it only made us more defiant. We want out. Part 4? Question mark? Also, Rhea Ripley or Halo 4 Cortana?
It was Rhea
Ripley.
That was fast.
What's real?
Mommy.
I will buy into it on the real part. Also, I don't know.
Clap a martyr.
Yes, you did. You massacred that man, apparently.
Clap a martyr.
To the point that he turned into a pool of blood.
Whenever my brain is visualizing these events, I'm still visualizing like a Meat Canyon version of Shane.
Please don't.
I just wonder, what am I doing in the garage? Did I just walk in and just decide to join everyone?
Also, I like Shane's personal bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Am I just is he just
Yes,
this guy? And I just fly there over his house.
Yeah.
Yes, I want. Oh God, I lost my train of thought.
What did you want?
I don't know. Oh no.
Part 4?
Yes, thank you. That's what. Yes, I want you to keep this going as long as you possibly can. I want you to add as much lore and depth into this as much as you possibly can.
There's actually some pretty solid writing moments in this. I'm not going to lie.
We have Discord lore. Now we have review lore.
Also, I don't know if it's possible, and I understand if it's not, but I would like to be able to join y'all's game nights, even if I don't have a Discord. All right, so here's the deal with that.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to do.
It's hard to do because we schedule these game nights, and sometimes they're scheduled literally the day of or the day before the game night happens. Right now, there's a game night happening on June 15th that's being hosted by one of our resident top dogs in the Discord, Kyle. How you join? I mean, you would have to add one of the folks that are hosting it. And at that point, you would also need to make sure you're on when they are. And I don't know when they're going to be on.
And then you'd have to communicate through means of Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, and on top of that, so basically, just get Discord, dude.
If you can, I think this might be one of the guys that is restricted. Just like parental wise.
Money wise.
Money wise. But we understand. Anyway, we're going to move on to the Q&A and get this all wrapped up. Thank you for that story. It was fantastic. Love it half to death.
I'm way too invested.
I need to know what happens next. First question comes from Arbiter's Child. Do you think Ungoi have different diseases than humans? If so, what would they be called? They 100% do. They're a different species.
I don't want to say the names, but they definitely have stuff of their own.
In Broken Circle.
Chlamydia.
I mean, it's cross species here, so
in Halo Broken Circle, there's a moment in time where the Sanshium and the Sanghili pull up to a different planet that had they pull up to Janjurcom, I think is the actual planet they pull up to, which is the former the actual Sanshium homeworld. And there's bugs that are trying to bite them. They're trying to ingest their blood. And when they do it to the Sanshium, they instantly die because the Sanshium or the Sanghili, I think. The Sanghili, they just instantly die. It's one of those two. And it's because their blood is just toxic to the bugs. It's really funny. So it would be really rare, but I don't know. They would probably have some weird jank names because everything else is jank names. I don't have the brain space to come up with them. So I'm sorry. It's not happening.
the disease of the bad.
Thank you, Connor. Flyboy Pfeiffer asks, what wouldn't you do for a Klondike bar? Cheat on my wife.
I don't know. No, I legit don't know how to
Honestly,
answer that.
most things I don't really think they're that good.
Whoa.
I don't know about that. Klondike bars are good.
They're just a solid combo. Hard shell chocolate with vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, it's good, but it's like,
With
what would I do for it? I guess buy them at the grocery store.
Would you steal them?
No.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather have it for free, actually, because like I said, they're a pretty standard ice cream bar. You just hold it.
Better than an ice cream sandwich, though.
See, I disagree.
Tiers way above ice cream sandwich.
I love ice cream sandwiches.
The thing is
I
that
think
ice cream sandwiches, whenever I eat them, I can just feel how fake the cake is.
That's the best part.
It's
No.
just dry.
Yeah,
It's really gross. It's like I'm
James, you're
I
outnumbered
think-
3 to
I think-
1.
Oh, I wouldn't say.
Well, this
really
is how
gross.
opinion works. is that opinions are opinions. Just because you're outnumbered on opinion doesn't mean well, I'm wrong.
The thing
I'll
is-
change my
But
opinion.
no. To call the ice cream sandwich gross is a stretch. It is not gross.
I
It's
think-
still good. It's still good. It's just the Klondike bar is better.
No, here's what tells me that here's why I think it's gross. I once left one out. It didn't melt.
Ew.
America.
And
Preservatives.
yeah, and I left out a Klondike one time. Puddle.
Yeah, so Klondike bars will melt super quick.
So I want.
I
real
like
ice
me a
cream.
Klondike bar, but I get it. It's the slogan, but I wouldn't do much out of the ordinary to get one.
Now hold on, gentlemen. Choco Taco.
Never had one.
Never had one.
From where?
It's from a restaurant.
I did not plan that. No one at the moment. Taco Bell is about to take over and start making their own version because Choco Taco got shut down entirely.
I'll try it.
It's delicious, first of all.
I missed out somewhere.
They were literally in every gas station in this part of Ohio for the last 20 years.
I had to have had it.
Here's the thing: the SpongeBob bar,
I was more of a Superman bar kind of kid.
Superman bar. Was that one?
I like the Superman. It's
No,
in the
Spider-
same day.
It was either Spider-Man or SpongeBob.
Dude, the Spider-Man face was
I
so
liked
funny.
the gumballs that you'd get when you still had ice cream left, and you'd have to try and still eat the ice cream with the gum in your mouth and not
Yeah.
swallow it.
Yeah, I just kind of saved the gum for last. What?
But they were the eyes, so you'd get there before you'd finish.
I just held them.
I'm having
Weirdo.
I'm having a realization that they were gumballs. I don't remember eating them or what I did with
Bro,
them
when
back
was
in
the
day.
last time that y'all saw an ice cream truck?
Last summer,
2 days
probably.
ago.
What?
They're still a thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're
Why are they
around.
pulling in my neighborhood?
I don't know.
They don't like you.
But I like them.
I was gonna say,
Bad.
I was
I
gonna
have
say,
money.
literally outside my house 2 days ago. Not even trolling.
You should have called me.
brother.
Bro, if you literally sniff too long, you miss the ice cream man.
I was
Like-
gonna say you have to be quick. With
I
it.
remember as a kid, literally just running after the ice cream truck.
The ice cream truck would make a killing in Montebello. We would go crazy.
I'd be like, Mom,
We'd be-
please,
we-
do you have $2?
We'd be outside in the running around in the sprinklers or something, and one would pull up.
Yeah. Is there a graph or something of the unit organization of the ODSTs or a list of all of the known units? I can only think of 3. Yes, Halopedia. Flyboy Pfeiffer again asks, have y'all tried to get Corridor Digital in to talk about cold storage? I'm hurting for news on its progress. They are almost impossible to get in contact with because I have a feeling that they, I'm not going to say anything about that. Ian the Don in Connor's Attic asks, why do I sound like I'm 13? Tough.
Bad luck.
It's,
He had to make different voices. You got that one.
You just gotta work with it. There are ways to make your voice, no matter what your voice is, you can make it charming. Guarantee. Just got to figure out what that means.
I mean, he's a character in the story, right?
No.
Oh, I thought he was a character in the story that we were reading.
No, he's saying his actual voice sounds like he's 13.
Oh, wait.
I thought maybe you were reading his character
No.
like high pitched or something.
No. I only do that with the main character of of that story of Let Us Out.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Mr. McCheese asks, why do I suffer from emotional breakdowns whenever someone reminds me that Titanfall 3 will never exist? Because Titanfall 3 would have been a great idea and they shut it down just before Apex Legends came out, and then when Apex dropped, it prevented the game from dropping, which has now made me worried about the concept of Halo dropping a Battle Royale because it might just completely ruin the entire concept of the franchise.
Next question,
All right.
I guess.
Slab Nuts asks, if you guys were smart AI, what would you choose as your avatar to represent you?
Rhea Ripley.
A McDonald's McChicken. You would go full gender bent?
Well, when you put it like that, I would probably go.
Not Rhea Ripley.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I'm just saying, Fred from Scooby-Doo in Scooby-Doo 2, when he gets
Oh,
in
God. I was.
I'm just saying, what a wild movie that was. You could tell that it was supposed to
look at myself naked.
That was not a kid's movie.
No, it was built to be rated R.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be.
That movie is so jarring when you watch it because you're like, who the hell was this made for?
But we watched it in school.
Yeah, I know. Well, like you look at it and you're like, well, this is too mature for kids. And this is too immature for like adults.
Did you guys
Who
see
is this aimed at?
Well, here's the thing. Something that completely went over my head until like a few years ago. Shaggy's love interest in that movie, when he met her on the plane, he's like, "What's your name?" You know what I'm getting at,
Yeah.
right? She's like, "Oh, like her name was something." He's like, "Oh, but people just call me MJ." And he's like, "That's my favorite name." Everyone's like, "Oh, like."
It was Mary Jane was her name.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a Spider-Man reference." No, it's
Yeah.
it's a reference to ganja.
his real love?
Yes. And then when they're doing a cookout in the van,
Well, yeah, apparently they added the shot of them cooking. Like originally
There wasn't
it was
there.
supposed to be like a
Implying-
PG-13 rated R movie.
yeah.
Let's bring up Shaggy's fan club. To start the movie.
And then like that deleted Velma scene. Like there's a lot of stuff.
Okay,
There's a lot of stuff.
No, there is.
It was 100% supposed to be rated R.
and it should have been.
It
I would
should have
pay
been,
top,
honestly.
I would pay top dollar to watch the original cut of that movie.
It would be wild.
I would love to do it.
I would honestly pay a lot to see the original cuts of a lot of movies. I still want to know what Suicide Squad was supposed to be. Or Madam Web is the most recent example because they recut that entire movie. Apparently it was supposed to be something entirely different.
Probably would have been better off.
Way better off because it's not trash in the original cut. Warm Apple Swouse asks, what is the caloric intake of a brute steak?
Ooh.
7,000 calories.
Well, what size?
Connor?
I don't know. I don't know meat and
Are we
calories
talking
per
about a
ounce.
steak that a brute would eat or brute?
We're talking about
Meat.
taking a brute and turning him into a steak.
Well, it depends on how big the steak is.
What
And pick the best part of the body where you. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
but
a
you
loin.
still can choose the size of the steak.
Well, sure, but you got.
Connor's looking up the
Listen, if I'm getting a brute steak, I'm getting a big boy. I'm talking like 20 ounces. All right.
Well, I mean, meat is meat. Cows are like about as big as a brute, like mass wise.
some probably bigger.
Mass wise.
Mass
Stop.
wise.
Okay.
What is it? It's
I'm thinking logically here. Like, I know it'd be funny to be like 1 billion calories.
I think we should take notes. Look at he's so toned. Quiet.
Look fine.
I love Chat GPT, man.
What? Please hit me with the insight.
All right, cow to a brute ratio 1,350 pounds to 1,100, so 1.2. The tenderloin weight range for a brute would be 4 to 6 pounds. Hold on. How many?
Oh man.
Please just give us the number. Get there.
I can only type so fast.
Kitty.
She has returned.
Hello, small feline.
She is not small. Thomas is a small feline.
She's teeny.
She is not teeny.
She's not big either.
Chummy. Chum.
Okay, here we go.
What'd you got, Connor?
Oh, I lost it. Okay, so where'd it go? Okay, so we're going. I'm just gonna give results. 8,350 calories
There you go.
and
Bulk.
and 868 grams of protein.
Bulk.
In just the whole tenderloin.
The tenderloin of a brute, yeah.
Okay. Well, how many ounces was the tenderloin?
Oh God, this question has gone on.
It was 4 to 6 pounds.
4 to 6 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, weight of a brute tenderloin can be anywhere from 4 to 7 pounds. I guess.
All right, let's move on.
So, Lactating Snake Nipples asks, what episode did Lactating Gator appear? Don't know. What episodes did the lactation and lactation cults get established? I don't know. And when did you all, especially James, establish your own cults? We didn't.
We didn't. Ask Kyle. He's the historian.
He's got everything documented. He's considering making us our own wiki.
The JumperScape wiki.
Lactating Snake Nipples is back. How many books do you all have? I have all of them. James has 3, I think. Oh.
Wait, how many how many Halo books?
Halo books.
None.
Yeah.
Physical copies?
Yes.
0.
And Audible?
2.
2, I was wrong. I have all of them on physical copy. I am working on getting all of them on Audible.
I have none physical and none audible, as to shock to everyone.
Yeah, I have all of them. And he's including information books as well as strategy books. Strategy books. I don't think that's the thing. I don't know.
I have several of the booklets from inside the case of my games.
Me, I have all the ones I can get in Australia and some that I can't. I even have updated versions next to my originals. Well, hey, reach out if you ever need specific books or anything. I can probably help you out. Dataroth asks, of these Halo games, rate 1, 2, or 3 of how much you would want a remaster. Halo 3. Okay, Halo 3 on a scale of 1, 2, 3, I guess in order of which one do we want the most. Halo 3, ODST, Reach.
Halo 3, Reach, ODST.
Exactly that.
I'm gonna go with what Shane said. I don't feel like thinking.
I get to be the guy against it.
No way, really? I wonder which one's going to be number 1 for you.
Halo 3.
I'll just go myself.
I even was like, there's no way he picks it over Halo 3, right?
Here's my thing. Why wouldn't you say Halo 3 ODST then Reach? Halo 3 and ODST are the perfect remaster package. You put them in together in the same campaign.
I said one game.
Because they're already on the same engine. They're already on the same graphics system. Like, it's all the same.
2 discs.
There's no such thing as discs anymore. Don't lie. And Reach is way too recent. I don't know if it, like, I'm still playing it to this day, and it still feels like it
Reach
could
still
hold up.
looks good.
That's the thing. Halo 3. I think when people say no, Halo 3 still looks good, you don't need to remaster it. I think they're just thinking about Arrival and how much time was put into that map, and they aren't looking at the rest of the game that very much could use a remaster.
No, Halo, here's the thing. For the time, it was like groundbreaking.
It really was.
But like now, it's definitely aged a little bit. Like it could definitely. It
Still
could
has the
definitely-
best lighting in the franchise.
Oh, definitely.
By far.
And Arrival is the best example of that, but it's really the only really good example of that. The rest of the campaign, the lighting is fine. The game is fine. It's just it's obvious it's fine to do a remaster. We're coming up on 15 years. 20. We're coming up on 20 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't act like you didn't say that.
Dawn of Lactating Moose asks, what do you think Chief life would have been like had he not been kidnapped?
Normal.
He would have been a dick. He would have been a dick.
Yeah, and then he would have died in the glassing.
Probably yes. Definitely yes.
So
actually.
short-lived.
Yes. So he would have died a dick on Arendis 2. Because that's a fun fact about Master Chief. Before he was Master Chief, he was a horrible person.
As horrible of a person as a child could be. At
yes,
least.
but extremely selfish.
Bro probably had conduct disorder.
Perhaps. I Stole Connor's Sock asks, favorite gravity
Where
hammer.
is he? Where is he?
Favorite gravity hammer in Halo. I like the golf club. I'm also still in the JumperScape sign. It's getting dusty in here.
We all look at the sign.
The golf club. It's hilarious, and I don't know why. It
Like, does he mean like?
There's a golf club?
No, I mean, yeah. He said what's our favorite gravity hammer?
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Golf
does he
club
mean
counts.
okay, so it could be like Halo 2, like 2, 3, 4.
Any game
5.
that has a hammer.
The golf club is cool.
I love the golf club.
Yeah,
The fist.
The what?
The fist.
Oh, Halo 2.
Yeah.
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 James,
Halo Infinite. It's really good.
Halo Infinite's your favorite?
for
best
better or
one.
for worse.
Wait,
yes, it is. It is the best.
I meant the fist. Wait,
You
is the
hit that perfectly. Like perfect timing. That's awesome. Next, Flyboy Fiver is back. Is there any concern that Halo may fall into the multiple timelines trope like Marvel and even Star Wars to a degree? Whenever I see an IP go the multiple timelines route, I see it as a symptom of a lack of creativity. No.
I really hope
It's
not.
it's unfortunate. I think it's possible.
If they do it, just find a
they
way.
were really, really touching on time travel towards the end of Halo.
And then, of course,
Infinite.
there's Halo Fractures. I just, no, they shouldn't.
I don't want them to.
I don't
I'm
think
just saying
that-
it's possible.
I don't think it will, because the moment that they do, they're going to see how much everyone hates it.
If they do it, if as long as they can somehow find a way to just
Then they'll
combine
backtrack
it,
again.
and
Yeah.
mesh together the story, it could be cool if done right. But I don't want it.
The pieces fit together. He's also asking, why didn't Cat's shields stop the needle round? All right.
They were EMP'd from the
let's say.
glassing.
I was
Dude,
say,
I was going to go into like a whole detail thing about what root guns are.
I was say, even
Well-
I knew the MP went off.
Because here, just real quick. Cat said that there were 40 million root guns of radiation coming from the glassing beam. It takes a mere fraction of that to completely fry Spartan shielding. There you go. So that's
So
why.
yeah, what I said, but longer.
Because there were no shields to stop it. He's back again asking, how would a show about George waking up in some unknown region floating around in the center of a carrier that he teleported go? Could it be a cool setup for some kind of horror suspense element, perhaps? No. He should stay dead, because it was a significant moment, and the fact that it was almost meaningless makes his death really intense. I do not want to have another freaking Alex or what is the guy's name? The dude that was... I wasn't in that tank.
I wasn't in that tank.
Darth Maul.
But his made sense. His was cool.
This was. I only let it go because his story is so good after that.
Yeah, but
So basically, whose death got retconned do we like?
that's the thing, is that Darth Maul's the only one that I can think of that's actually good. All the other ones are stupid. And what he's trying to ask is should we have a show about George waking up on the other side of the slip space portal that he opened up on the ship that he was on? And I'm like, no. His death was significant in the fact that it was pointless.
I think it would be cool.
I bet you would. I'll take a show about Noble Team. You know, before all of the stuff went down with Reach, they were active for a very long time.
Show.
Yes,
Canon.
because they were active a long time. They were a really impressive team. They did a lot of stuff. They were really cool. Give me more of that. Slapnuts is back and asks, if you guys had access to a Huragok, what would be the top 3 items you would want it to upgrade and enhance? Number 1, upgrade my car. I want it to be a sleeper. Number 2,
Where do you put?
upgrade my PC. I want more ability to make some cool stuff. And number 3, upgrade my air fryer.
My PC was first. I was going to say my PC, then probably my phone. And I guess my car is probably a good one.
Mm.
So PC, phone, car.
PC. I guess I'll also say car.
You don't even know what a turbo is.
Shut up.
Connor, shut up.
You don't even know what a turbo is.
It makes you go faster.
It goes.
And
Can I see the giant pencil? I haven't seen it yet.
my bank account.
Neither have I.
My bank
Your
account.
bank account. Just
I don't know if it works that
upgrade in my bank account.
I don't think it
They're
works that
smart
way.
with technology.
They could funnel funds from the
Yes.
Federal Reserve into my
You-
bank account
yes.
without a trace.
Yes. I believe that's possible.
Next from Mr. McCheese. Why?
I would like to do my car.
My bad.
Actually, I would also make him build me a roller coaster. I'll take back the car.
I will gladly do my car. And should I go into detail on what I want it to do, or should I just leave it?
We
at
might be
car?
sitting here forever.
This is just you wanting to talk about things you want to do to your car rather than like
we're already 15 minutes over time.
Okay. So car, PC.
I thought he was about
because
to
more
do it anyway.
car and PC because more power, baby. And what do I want for a third? Give me a better air fryer.
I love that. Thank you.
I blanked and I had to just go with air fryer.
All right, we only got 5 more to go. Mr. McCheese asks, why do we exist? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? Why do we exist? I mean, are we the product of some cosmic coincidence, or is there really a God watching over us with a plan for us and stuff?
What is a consciousness?
I don't know, man, but it keeps me up at night.
Kitty.
Guyvertron, the Circle Mender. That's funny. That's a reference to the fact that the book club just finished reading Broken Circle. You can join the book club at discord.gg/JumperScape. Asks, are mashed potatoes just Irish guacamole? No. Mashed potatoes guacamole is just Mexican mashed potatoes.
Not even. There's like things in it too.
Yeah, but I think the implication with mashed potatoes is that there's things in it, just like guacamole. Because usually you don't make mashed potatoes and there's nothing in it.
But guacamole is like no, it's not the same thing.
It's not the same because there's one major difference. You should at least add milk to make mashed potatoes. If you add milk to guacamole, someone's gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna act like I did not hear that unholy food combination.
And onions and jalapenos.
You want to talk about unholy food combinations, Connor?
I know a great combination. And I got plenty of people who will back me up.
For some reason. Corsair74X asks, what new ODST game would each of you want?
Why does it have to be an ODST?
So, like, think of Band of Brothers, but like...
I love that meme. It's like Halo needs to make spinoffs. Well, okay. It was like every Halo fan. Halo needs to make spinoffs. It's like, okay, if you're so smart, what kind of game should they make? And it's like every Halo fan. Okay, so you have a group of ODSTs. It's always how it starts.
Honestly, if they make another ODST game, I don't really know. I think the only one that I would accept is a continuation of Alpha 9's story. Even if they're Spartans, I want more of Alpha 9. They're currently back in active service. There's still more stories to tell with them. The next one should be in a game if they do another one, instead of it being another book where they find another way to incorporate the word blood into the title. How about you, Shane?
Something funny.
It's just
Honestly, I've kind of thought about like having an ODST game like set on, set during Halo Infinite, just on another part of the ring.
cool.
Just something to enrich the story at least a little bit more.
Halo Infinite Wildlands.
Yeah.
That'd be wild. Lands.
Lands.
Connor.
He's got the thinking pencil.
He does.
Okay, so hear me out. Brute ODSTs.
How'd you know?
OBSTs. Orbital Brute Shock Troopers.
Obesity.
They just jump out of the ship, and then to stop, they just swing their hammer at the ground.
That would actually kind of go hard. I'm not going to lie. That would probably look sick.
Seeing a group, like a battalion of like 50 or so, just drop in and do that would be horrifying.
It's basically the effect of watching jetpack brutes drop in. James.
Oh.
You made the Band of Brothers joke, but you didn't.
You
actually
had
say.
so much time.
I made my joke and I was like, "Yep, that counted, right?"
He has a pancake on his lap, so it's understandable.
I mean, I don't know, like something that takes place earlier in the war would be kind of cool.
Neat. You know,
I'm not a huge ODST man, so this isn't like my dream or anything.
I love ODSTs for the same reason I love the clones. I just like watching specialists specialize. You know what I mean? So, next up, Axe Blaster for Austin. Oh, okay.
That's a new name.
Why did you have to leave me at the gas station in Oklahoma? I miss you, Dad.
Why'd you leave him?
I don't know.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Probably just forgot the kid, dude.
It happens.
I mean, what was I supposed to do? If I was at a gas station and I stopped with him, I was probably there to abandon him to begin with.
I could see him just listening to the podcast, just crying. Oh no!
Tyler is our final question for the day and asks, you get $1 million for beating a member of any of these 3 Covenant species. What are you going for? The grunt, the jackal, or the drone?
A grunt.
I would not go grunt.
I'm not
I'm
going.
going the jackal. They have weak bones.
I'm going
so
for the
say-
jackal because of the weak
jackal.
bones.
They're so fast, so much faster though.
Yeah, but
Good luck catching it.
Grunts, canonically, can easily punch your head off because of how big their arms are.
and they're also crustacean-like, so you're not breaking their skin with your hands.
Yeah, but you're not grabbing the jackal. You're not catching it.
They are your height.
Yeah,
The grunts.
yeah.
Just give me a
And
baseball
they
bat.
can.
I would rather take my chances with something I can actually get my hands on than something you're not even going to be able to catch.
What if I change my answer to grunt because I think I could reason with him?
You can. I can level with the grunt. I can level with them.
All right. So,
I'm sticking with grunt.
all right. So, do we get a melee weapon? Because a gun would be overpowered for either one of these. Do we get a melee weapon?
I don't know what's the closest thing you have on hand. Pencil. Jam it in the eye. Game over.
I have the cat.
Oh shit!
Yes, the cat only has back claws though.
I just
Not by choice. We would not have declawed the cat.
Good.
We love our cats. And she often will realize that she can only rooster kick, and we'll use that
I
against you.
like the rooster kick.
Yeah, it's fun.
I feel bad because I'm like, you should be able just to slash at me when you're mad, but, you know.
Because otherwise she just baps you. Anyway, that's going to be it for that. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Next week, again, we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite finally. And then after that, we're going to be going back and looping back around to the games we already talked about to talk about expanded pieces of lore based off of those topics. Could be books, could be multiplayer experiences, could be anything else attached to it. We're just going to be talking about these topics. It's going to be fun. It's going to be part of this whole Season 3 experience. So thank you guys so much for joining us once again. If you want to join our community, that's discord.gg/JumperScape. If you want to support us, patreon.com/JumperScape. Greenlight a show, ko-fi.com/JumperScape. Other shows are available out there for you to listen to. Room 237 is streaming right now, and it's on every Friday. And we've got two new shows that are currently in production, so we're going to have to keep eyes open for that. Updates are always coming to either our Patreon or our Discord, so don't miss out on any of that stuff. And otherwise, Containment Media still trying to get some last-minute support for their film that they're putting together, so feel free to give them a little bit of support if you want to get some cool goodies, but also know that you're benefiting a very large team filled with passionate Halo fans that are seeking to do anything better than the Halo TV show. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
see you.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.